Standing by.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Complete.
The portal to many dimensions is open. Ohayo gozaimasu. Konnichigen. It's your favorite superstar, the multi-dimensional Tajigen Kaiden, a sentient star cluster in virtual idol form. And here we are with the final out of the 9 Pokemon League building streams. We started them with Kanto, and that started a little bit before Scarlet and Violet came out, like the very week it got released, or like a week before, if I recall correctly. And now here we are at the end of them, with the very thing that got released around that time. Finally, we've made it to the present day, so to speak, with the Paldea League. And I am so glad to be going for that. But first of all, yeah, happy Thursday / Friday, whatever day it is for you. I've been busy with other things outside the stream. I did manage to squeeze in a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel earlier today. I mostly still lost my duels in Team Chronicle, but I did win one. And I got to realize that King Great Magnus, so I continue using that Super Quan deck, the meta version of the Super Quan deck that is based on Super Sentai. And one of the ace cards of the deck is called King Great Magnus, which is assembling like all the mecha, like the giant robot in classic Sentai style. And I didn't realize how good the card is and the ways I can summon it. So I endeavored to get another copy of that, but it's a UR. So I ended up getting over 1,000 gems again, and I spent them for another 10 packs because I wanted to do that anyway. I was considering doing it anyway because the last 10 I opened didn't give me an ultra rare, so these ones gave me guaranteed ultra rares. I ended up getting another red layer that I was able to dismantle, but I was mostly doing it for King Great Magnus. You can see some of that in the stream VOD, by the way, for what we did yesterday in Master Duel. But yeah, so at the very end of those 10 packs, I got some very good cards before that too. Some nice amount of super rares, and a couple other ultra rares. But then at the very end, the literal last card, the last card of the 10th pack was another King Great Magnus. And that was fantastic. I even took a screenshot, if you ever want to see it. Yeah, because you gotta upload the screenshot to Steam if you want to share it. There's a mess of things. But it was so great, and I placed that other King Great Magnus on the deck, because then if I lose it, if it goes to the graveyard or gets banished or whatever, then it might be a good idea to summon another one. The field spell card, as long as you have like at least 3 Xyz monster on your field or graveyard, you can summon it. So you can have like one of the Super Quant Xyz monsters under your control right now, but the other 2 are in the graveyard, you can still do it. So it's super helpful to do that. Get that field presence and then assemble the mecha. I'm learning the deck more. I'm learning the deck more and more. And what's great about that is that I'm gonna continue using that deck after Theme Chronicle is over. Like, I was gonna make a Super Quan deck anyway. One version that is very themed, so to speak, and one version that's more meta. And this is the meta one I'm using. I call it Quantal Sentai Meta Ranger. There's another thing I want to say about Sentai-based things in a moment. Something that was shown to me on the Discord. I saw it right before the stream, thanks to Alurin. And I gotta give a little comment about that. But it's about the FF14, like cosmetics that are coming. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say about like King Great Magnus. I did win one duel. Gonna try to learn the deck more, learn it better, and well, hopefully I get more victories before Theme Chronicle is over. I did get some other missions done. I think they added some new missions again for Theme Chronicle, because the only missions that I had left to do related to it were dueling 30 duels. And I'm at 29 right now, actually. They added a couple more. One is to destroy monsters, I think, and the other is to win 10 duels maximum, which I don't know if I'm gonna be able to reach, but ideally I do. Not just because it makes me earn the medals I need faster, but also because I get that challenge. I'm gonna need to get at least 800 gems because tomorrow there's a new duel pass that I need to spend it on. But at least, you know, the duel pass is gonna be around for a while. I can take my time to get them. Not too much, not too long, but I can do it. And I know there's some gems waiting for me in the solo mode anyway, so I can just use those. I really had to buy those 10 packs, and I don't regret it one bit. I also wanted to see if I could get some spiral cards, because they also come in those packs where the Super Quan packs come in. In which the Super Quan packs come in. And I didn't get... So we did it on the stream yesterday too. We built like the very start of a mock spiral deck, those secret agents, whatever they are. And well, we were missing 2 copies of a UR, and well, I don't really have anything else I'm willing to dismantle right now. So I just sorry, I'm kind of losing my train of thought. So yeah, I was also hoping to get them, but mostly what I really wanted is what I got at the very last card, which is that King Great Magnus. Too bad we couldn't have it on the stream, but that's okay though. That's the price I pay for playing games off the stream. Maybe I should be here 24/7, so you can just see my reactions to everything. But then I wouldn't be able to do some things. I would love to maybe like... Well, I'm not sure if I actually want this anyway, but might be interesting to like make a stream in which I show you video editing, or how I do some shorts, how I do some videos. I'm not an expert at video editing, but I can show you some of the things I know, some of the things I tried to do. Maybe you can give me advice for some things to improve on. My computer wouldn't be able to take it though. I would need a computer upgrade before that. But actually, even if I could, as I said, I don't think I want to do that anyway. Not really. What I do want to do that's similar though, and be on the lookout, because I'm gonna see what would be the best week to do this. Probably gonna do it here on YouTube, because I want to do a stream in which I show you how I make my thumbnails, provide some advice with the things I've learned, because I think I've learned enough to warrant a whole stream for that. And how I make my VTuber thumbnails might be a title, because they're specific VTuber kind of thumbnails, though many of those things can be applied to other kinds as well. But mostly, it has to be the thumbnail of a streamer, an influencer presence of sorts, like the type of streamer I am, the type of content creator I am, because you have to show yourself. One of the big things to do in the thumbnail, as you can see in most of the thumbnails I have on this channel, and on the announcements I do for the Twitch streams as well. I mean, they're on the Twitch side as well. I know they're not necessary there, but I like going the extra mile for that. It also keeps my skills sharp, even if I'm not streaming on YouTube sometimes. I still do it there for Twitch. It also makes for a nice visual announcement for Twitter and Discord. That's the reason why I do it like that. But I digress. What you see in those things is that I show myself in a way that really stands out. Or at least I hope it really stands out. Not necessarily at the center. In some of them, I'm at the center of the screen. But usually I'm like to the right side of the screen, sometimes the left. Most of the time it's the right side. And most of the time the background is blurred a certain way or positioned a certain way to make me stand out. The text on the left maybe, probably purple background, white text, or a purple outline and the text is white. That's what we did for these thumbnails for these Pokemon League building streams. I might still change them, but yeah, that's the gist of it basically. And some other things like for those thumbnails in which I've gone the extra mile, in which I show myself holding an item. How you have to like erase part of that on Photoshop. So Photoshop is what I use. Should have clarified that at the beginning. Long before I started like getting this standard for thumbnails, I use Canva a little bit, which is still a fantastic tool that has helped me out so much and continues to help me out here and there, but not as much for the thumbnails, because I really just use Photoshop 100%. I just start I have PSDs that I can use for it too with the standards I've done, but sometimes I start with a blank canvas. One of the most intimidating things to do ever, especially if you're not an actual like graphic designer or artist like me, right? Yeah, like that's the thing I could tailor with that stream, that It can be for people who are not graphic artists, who can draw beyond the kindergarten level. It would be tailored towards those people because I am one of those people, and I think I've done something really solid with those thumbnails. So yeah, I want to have that stream. We can talk more about that then. I probably should have some bullet points for it, some plan, like I do for this stream, for example. It's always good to have a plan for every stream, though. No, seriously, I want to start approaching all my gaming streams with a specific plan for things to do, and I'm starting to do that. Like, with Master Duel, I mean, the last 2 streams of Master Duel, the one yesterday on YouTube and then before on Twitch, last week, they were specifically meant to be tailored towards Team Chronicle. We had no duels outside of the Team Chronicle Festival. Nothing ranked, nothing against viewers, nothing casual, no solo, nothing. We did do some gacha and deck building, but it was still all Team Chronicle based. Mostly. I mean, mostly because I am still gonna use those 2 decks I made with Super Quant outside of it, but still, you get the point. I hope they have some exciting stuff planned though. They didn't do anything major for the first anniversary, but we'll see. I'm excited to see what the next Duel Pass has in store. I'll get it as soon as possible. I don't want to spend money on gems just yet. They're very expensive. They're super expensive to get. But I'm opening now. I'm opening PokeCharms.com now. Let me also open my document in which I have the teams. I'm gonna try to speed run it again too today because this could be very long if I really don't make an active effort, because there's more trainers than maybe in any of the other streams we've done, because I added all the teachers that you see in the Ace, what's it called, like the Ace Trainer Academy, the Academy Ace Tournament, something like that was the name. I haven't played Scarlet and Violet yet, so it's just my understanding of what you see right there. But yeah, also for the Final Fantasy XIV streams, I'm very happy with the way things turned out last week, in which we did everything on the Through the Maelstrom patch. That reminds me, you know what I wanted to do? So tomorrow we're going to be doing that for Defenders of Eorzea, Final Fantasy Friday on Twitch. Be on the lookout for the announcement. The thumbnail also has a more specific focus when you know your specific plan, right? It's great. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, and the one Fall Guys stream we did was to do things for Sunken Secrets, right? The newest season. And yeah, I still need to get to it so I can get to those Ultraman skins if possible, but doesn't look like it's gonna happen. But that's okay because I didn't buy the season pass. I didn't spend money on Showbox to buy the season pass. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I wanted to, yesterday I spent a good chunk of time on the Gold Saucer. I'll talk a little bit more about this tomorrow, but I got all the MGP I need. What does it mean? Manderville Gold Saucer points, I think? Right, all the MGP I need to get the outfit I was looking for, which is the Gambler outfit, which is this fantastic regal looking outfit that has purple, black, and white as its color scheme. Mostly. There's a little bit of gold in there too, which is very similar to another color variation of my outfit, which, by the way, I'm starting to consider making that the primary instead of this one, and even the permanent version of my outfit now, instead of having a bunch of outfit changes. This would be an alternate color palette that you would see here and there though, but I am finding more and more that I like that one. The only problem with that one is that I have to see what I can do for some recorded videos, because I've done some videos with that in which I use a green screen for it, and when I take away the green screen with a delta key or chroma key, it also kind of changes the color of the yellow on the outfit, or gold if you will. Makes it like a more dull sort of gold. It doesn't look bad necessarily, but it's a little bit concerning in case he may be removing other things that shouldn't be removed maybe. But yeah, and also, you know, it looks different on recorded videos maybe, as opposed to how it looks on the live stream. I kind of don't like that. Like, they see me a certain way there, and then somebody comes into the stream and I look slightly different. Just very slightly though, might be just a pet peeve at the end of the day. I'm just getting concerned over nothing, but these are the sorts of things I get concerned about. So yeah, tomorrow on FF14, hopefully I'm wearing that outfit, because what I want to do is to... yeah, if I have time, I'll do it today after the stream actually, because what I want to do is to have it ready Excuse me. I should have enough glamour prisms to glamorize my outfit right now, by the way. But what I want to do, yeah, as I said, what I want to do is just get it ready, fully wear it for tomorrow, and we can focus only on the main quest content that we want to do. No, yeah, it would be a good idea to enter today, actually, so I can do the mini cacpot. I had a lot of fun, though. There were a couple of gates I had never done before in the Gold Saucer. I fell in love with Air Force 1. That was a ton of fun. Anyway. Let's see if we can do this as fast as possible then. I mean, it's not about just like speed running through it because, oh, you know, let's get through it so I can just get done with this at last. It's the last stream of this. Like, no, it's so I don't take an extreme amount of time, because if I don't make an active effort to hurry up, then it's gonna be a 3+ hour affair. I understand sometimes. If you know me, you know I do this a lot, and if you don't, hey, welcome. Consider subscribing and liking the stream. You will be my superstar best friend for doing that. But yeah, you know me, you just know I sometimes go on tangents about things. I kind of did it right now, actually. Sometimes I pause what we're doing to talk about something. But even with that in consideration, like sometimes I just do it wrong. Alrighty, so let me open another tab. I need to open a tab for Bulbapedia. This is what I'll be consulting here. And I need the Generation 9 National Pokédex number thingy. Okay, so we will start with Katie. What I'm curious about is how many of these people are available in the Trainer Cards Maker or Pokecharms. Can't recommend it enough, by the way. It's a fun thing to do. It's fun for me to do these, to have a nice looking Trainer Card Maker like this. So the biggest limitation, the biggest problem I have with it is that there's still some renders that are missing, and they don't allow you like an option to just leave this blank so you can put your own model. Probably because they don't want you removing the watermark. I mean, if I place a model over here, it probably would cover the watermark, which I don't want to do that either. It would look terrible in the first place. And second, yeah, I wanna tell people where this is from. Like, you wanna know how to make something as nice looking as this? Here's the website. Pokecharms have been like around for so long with their Trainer Card Maker. This is the modern version of it, but I'm still very partial to the classic one. Maybe I'll even, just for fun, if I have time, probably not, just remake some of the older ones that were done in modern style and also make like a classic version of it. But this is Katie, the Bug-type gym leader. I get the feeling we're gonna have a lot of Ash Ketchum placeholders, so that's what I end up doing because there's no blank space. So I can maybe edit that later, right, and add them, their own render. I know there are a few here. I think Florian and Juliana, Iono probably is there. Let me see. They might have them under a different name, but Iono is there. Gita is there. Nemona is there. Penny is there. Okay. Oh yeah, I already see the next gym leader we're gonna do, which is Bracius. Bracius? I think it's Bracius, actually. Bracius, whatever the name is. Yeah, I see a few others, I think. We can go for them. But for now, for Katie, it's the Ash Ketchum placeholder. No particular reason why, just Ash Ketchum, I guess, is like one of the first things that people think about, maybe, when they think of Pokemon. If I needed the placeholder for a Pokemon, I would probably use Pikachu for a similar reason. But here you can leave some spaces blank if you want to have like a blank space or something. But anyway, her signature Pokemon is Lokix, and oh boy, do I love this Pokemon. I must get a Lokix the first time I played Scarlet or Violet. I already know my starter, because there's a couple of Tokusatsu-like Pokemon that I want to have in my party, and I don't want to repeat any types. My starter is gonna be Quaxly. I love all three of them, by the way. I love all three of them. But my starter is gonna be Quaxly, because if I get Meowscarada, I'm gonna have two dark types in Lokix and Meowscarada, right? I mean, the final evolution. If I get Fuecoco and it grows into Skeledirge, I'm gonna have two ghost types, because I'm also gonna get Cerulege. I'm gonna play Violet before I play Scarlet. That's the plan at least. So with Quaquaval, I have a water fighting type, then Low Kicks, Bog Dark, and then Cerulege, Fire Ghost. So I don't repeat types. No, yeah, I wouldn't just be repeating the Ghost type, I would be repeating the Fire type. No, we can save one of the other starters for when I play Scarlet. I won't have Cerulege either, I'll probably have Armarouge. I like them both, but I like Cerulege more because, first of all, it has more Violet colors because, you know, it's exclusive to that game. And second, because I love the Ghost type, it's my favorite type. Oh yeah, and also let's change the music. Let's change the music to something, let's see. Is there such a thing as a Paldea Lo-Fi playlist? Let's see. There's gotta be something good anyway. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but Lo-Fi, it says. Okay. Probably gonna use other things that are not from Paldea or from Scarlet and Violet necessarily. But that will do. Whoa. Hopefully the music kicks up a little bit. There's not much going on in the background there, but okay. But Low Kicks, yeah, like I want to get it in my party because it's based on Kamen Rider. Even down to the types, like Bog and Dark. Bog because the classic blueprint for Kamen Rider is that it's Bog based. The first one's Where. And many riders that like harken back to the original or are a reboot of sorts sometimes end up being based on Bogs. Many of them are. The majority of them are. Not all of them, but the majority of them. And the Dark type, because usually with Rider, they have their powers have an evil origin to them. And one of the many constant themes in Rider is that no matter the origin of your powers, no matter if you look like a monster, if you have something monstrous in you, you can still be a hero. An absolute good person. So, you can make literal deals with the devil, or with a devil, and you still are good. You can still be a force of good. Although usually these things are because they didn't have a choice, but sometimes they make a sacrifice, and that sacrifice is themselves. But yeah, it's gotta be the signature of Katie in this case. It's also based on what her signature is, like in the games themselves. So, this is the final stream. If you haven't been here for the others before or the videos, well, you know, the archive versions of the streams, well, a little explanation of what this is, because I think I forgot to do that. What this is a deluxe version of the leagues, which means that, what that means is that, right, I gave her Ursaring, but with the Bog Terra type, I think, right? Yeah, it's gonna be the official artwork, and the Terra type, which is which? Terra type, this is Bog, right? Not sure if it shows, I think it doesn't show on the screen, but when I highlight each of the icons, it tells me. Like there's a little sub bar, sub menu, whatever you want to call it, that tells you which type it is, because not all of them can immediately be identified by their symbol, at least not to me. Then we have Fortress. And the last Pokemon is Heracross. Right, so the ground rules to what we're doing here. We're giving a 6 Pokemon team to every single gym leader, Elite Four, Champion, and all sorts of notable characters like that, which includes the player characters now as their own characters, and the rivals as well, of course, and some other characters that are worth putting in here, right? But mostly it's about those 18 gym leaders. Now there's a gym for every single type, and there's no Elite Four anymore. The Elite Four members are now gym leaders. And there's the champion. So just like in Sword and Shield, in the Galar region, there's no Elite Four. When you qualify for that with only 8 batches, or maybe other requirements, but that goes more into lore that I'm not gonna get into for a hypothetical game of this. When you qualify, you go for a tournament. And if you win that tournament, you face the champion. The other way to face the champion would be to just get all 18 batches. You don't have to participate in the tournament anymore. Because it's super, what's the word? Super difficult thing to achieve, like in universe, for most people. As difficult as winning the tournament. And you had to go, you really went the extra mile for gathering a badge of every single type. Every single gym in the region, right? So that's another reason why you can just challenge the champion like that. I mean, you can still participate in the tournament if you want to, but yeah. And what else was I gonna say? Blah, 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 blah. And these teams are meant to be that. So this would be a hypothetical open world Pokemon game in which the gyms scale. What Scarlet and Violet should have been, in my opinion. But it's good that they're taking the steps towards a potential open world game, but still with the gym leader experience and all that. But the gym scale. So this would be the team that you would see when you get all the badges, or when you get to a certain amount of badges. They have not only 6 Pokemon, but every single one of them, except for some super special cases, is fully evolved. Those super special cases tend to be Pokemon that used to be a fully evolved version, but are not anymore. Primeape is a good example of that. Or here's a pun for you. Primeape is a prime example of that. I was about to say it, then I caught myself and didn't say it, but no, I should say it. But yeah, another one is Scyther, Onyx. We've seen a lot of Onyx in some teams here and there, but yeah, those are some examples, right? And especially since most of them tend to still be viable in some way. Sometimes with an Eviolite, sometimes not. Or is it Eviolite? Eviolite? Anyway, but these teams are also meant to be, if you're facing them in a Pokemon Stadium or World Tournament or Mount Battle setting, in which there's no levels, there's no like level creep, you can't just out-level them because everybody gets scaled down to level 50 or up to level 100. Like in the competitive, in lack of a better word, competitive-based styles of play. Because these are still all meant to be AI opponents. It's not other players. It is not meant to be like the top of the meta competitively. These teams, the other thing about these teams is that they're meant to have a representation of all the Pokemon of a certain type, at least for the gym leaders, which are all like type experts. The Pokemon of the type introduced in the generation that introduced that region. However, when we run out of the new Pokemon, in this case for Generation 9, okay, we can go for other generations, especially if they're in the Pokédex. So the first thing we do is to see new Pokemon that were introduced in that region, in that gen, that introduced that region. The second thing we do is to look at the Pokédex of that region. And the third thing we do, if we still are missing some Pokemon, is to just go outside, way outside of it, or to look at the teams that they had in the games or something like that. So there's a way it can be done. That's the way it's done, I mean. Now, I mentioned Mount Battle earlier. I'm also picturing this as like a super Mount Battle challenge. What Mount Battle is a mode in Pokemon Colosseum and XD in which you challenge 100 trainers in the eponymous Mount Battle. You start at number 1, you go all the way to 100, and you keep climbing up the mount with each trainer until you reach the peak where you face that final trainer. So what would happen is that every 5 trainers or so, the 5th trainer is one of these notable opponents. You go through the gym leaders, and if it's 1 gym leader every 5 trainers, you're gonna make it all the way to battle number 90. You will face the 18th gym leader, and then you'll have 10 more trainers. And most of them are going to be, instead of random trainers like the ones you have in between the gym leaders earlier, they would be the other ones that are left, which are the champion, player characters, rivals, maybe some other ones here and there. This one would be different because we're gonna have way more than that. We're gonna have like a lot of the teachers from Naranja/Uva Academy. But it's an idea of what it is. So for example, in the Kanto region, at the 5th battle you face, so there could be a version in which it has the original order from the original gyms, with or without the new gyms. You would have that option, or it could be random. So let's say they go in order at first. At battle number 5 you face Brock, then at battle number 10 you face Misty, 4 random trainers here and there, also representing other Pokemon in the Pokédex. Every single one of them is meant to be seen. So those who are not fully evolved will not be with the gym leaders most of the time, but they'll be with the others. So you may see, you're gonna see Brock use a Golem, but you're not gonna see him use Graveler or Geodude. You'll see those in other teams at random between the trainers, between the gym leaders. You face gym leader number 18 at battle number 90, And then maybe some other random trainers appear here and there. And then in the last 10 battles from 91 to 100, you're gonna face the likes of Red, Blue, Green, or Leaf if you prefer. Chase, Elaine, and Trace from Let's Go Pikachu Eevee and stuff like that. If this were Johto, you would be facing Lance representing the championship. Hey, Lurin, wanted to stop in and say a quick hey, whoa! Good to see you. Hey, I did just see the Ranger thing. I mentioned this earlier, by the way. I forgot. I wanted to show a little bit of that. So, forgot that I wanted to mention it a little bit here. It looks really fantastic. Yeah, it does look really good, and I am gonna get it. I am gonna get it as soon as possible for me. So, what we're talking about... And no, this is not Power Rangers, it's Super Sentai, damn it! No, anytime you can mention Super Sentai, I mean, just mention that instead of going for Power Rangers first. It's a little bit peeve of mine. Like, go for the one that came first, like 16 years before the other one. Right? Why mention the one that came second when you can just perfectly use the first one? It's not just about a first come first serve basis. It's more to it than that. But this Ranger said, hey, you know, we were doing a Sentai team yesterday on Master Duel, so here we are. There seem to be two versions, like Jet Black and what was the name for the red one? Undyed. Riser, Jet Black. I might end up getting the black version. I might even get the red version, but what I'm doing ideally is that... I see. There's a slight difference in the armor too, I think. What I might do the armor is slightly different too. I see that now, right? Slightly different. Well, what I want to end up doing is to dye it with violet or purple or something like that. Violet Torenja, Phoenix Violet, Tajigen Kaiden. And of course I had the Ranger poses to do this with. We are so gonna do that. But hey, I'm the top superstar. I get to be the leader, even if I'm not color red, alright? You wanna pose with me? You put me at the center stage. And I would do the... I would do the Red Ranger pose. I'm just kidding. And I left a comment calling it Alagan Sentai Phoenix Ranger. I can't wait either, though. Still several months from now, right? But yeah, this looks very exciting. They called it the They said the word Alagan in the description, so I figured I would name it Alagan Sentai Phoenix Ranger. Similar to what we did yesterday with that Quantal deck, the meta version. I named it Quantal Sentai Meta Ranger. Meta Ranger. Oh, your roommate who's a huge Power Ranger fan. You should show that yesterday to your roommate. Yeah, go for it. But what was I gonna say? But yeah, like the first instinct that comes into my mind when I see that will be to say it's Super Sentai. So if I like make names for teams or whatever, like I did for the Super Quan deck, or if we get a Superstar squad all dressed up like that, like we once did for Fortnite, if I recall correctly. There were some similar skins like that in Fortnite. Yeah, like I'd like to come up with a name. I don't know what though. Maybe just Alagan Sentai Phoenix Ranger. Something like that. Not all of them have to end with Ranger. I mean, Dom Brothers is the current Sentai and it's a different name, right? There were many that ended with man, like M-A-N. Haven't seen many of those. I think it's supposed to come from human, not from male. Because otherwise, if you have female members, it's like, what are you doing? Why would you do that? No, I think it's meant to come from human. Or really from, I mean, woman also has M-A-N in it. But I'm really going on a tangent here. We gotta do this. I said that we were supposed to speedrun this, so let me begin saving the pictures now. Already like 30 minutes into this. Or at least into the stream, not necessarily the league building. Just creating the folder for Paldea. Gonna be a lot of teams this time. But this is KT, the Bug-type gym leader. Alright. Alright そろそろ行こうか誰かが重ロジック信じない直感だ自分見てみたいハイタイム始まりを探 So okay, we're now with Bracius. He does get a Meowscarada, by the way. And I forgot to update this. There he is. He's right here. He's right here. What is interesting about some of these gym leaders is that they have one Pokemon that is not the type that they represent, but they use the Terra evolution to give it that type, which is something they do in the original games. Not all the gym leaders are going to preserve this in this new version of the league, but a nice number of them will still have it, and Bracius is one of them. He's gonna get that Sudowoodo. Finally, Sudowoodo actually becomes a grass type, like it wanted. Sudowoodo wanted to be a real tree, now it gets to be, well, the closest thing to that. Ah, that's beautiful. Scovillain. Toedscruel is also a very fun Pokemon. Yeah, Sudowoodo is literally the only one that was not introduced in Scarlet and Violet, so there you go. Grass, Terra type, Sudowoodo. But his signature is Arboliva. Like outside of the Terra, right? Alternately, they may have that one Pokemon that can only get the type by being Terastallized be replaced by a Pokemon that is that type from the very beginning. Depending on the mechanics when I do these teams, because another thing I'm gonna do with these is that I'm gonna do them in Pokemon Showdown. So after this stream is finished, we will have finished all of them. And so what I'm gonna do is, well, I need to reduce some of these, so this may take some time, but I want to upload them somewhere and share them and give you all the links to that. Okay, Iono is next. She has a Terra Mismagius. Wait. I gave her a Terra Mismagius. Okay. Another rule I didn't get to talk about earlier is that we also avoid legendary Pokemon or mythical Pokemon for these teams that we do here. And sometimes there's other Pokemon that fit the bill that are not technically legendary or mythical. And Paradox Pokemon are one of them. Ultra Beast, I think, is another. We avoid them. Just to keep a certain theme about it. It's not for a gameplay reason, it's more for a reason in which you're meant to see the... I don't know, like, legendary Pokemon are really supposed to be in a special place, not like a Pokemon that anybody can get. You can't just get a copy of Zapdos. You can't just have 6 people with a Zapdos or something. Let's say, for example, let's say, what were Koraidon and Miraidon? Like, if I gave Koraidon to the type experts, there would be 2 Koraidons just running around. The fighting type expert, and there's actually 2 fighting type experts here. We're gonna have them both. The fighting gym leader and the dragon gym leader. He used to be an Elite Four member, now he's a gym leader here. Hassel, right? They would both have it, but no, that's not how it works. Iono would have a Miraidon, and then Hassel would also have one. I want to avoid that. It's also because of that. So, Iono... Oh yeah, I already did that. Hey, Iono, my fellow streamer, my fellow VTuber, though she's not really a VTuber. She looks like a VTuber because that's what the game looks like. I mean, the game has video game slash anime style graphics, but in her universe, that's how everyone looks. So she's more of a live action streamer. She's not a VTuber. There's other characters in media that have popped up that do this, and you see them referred to as VTubers, but technically they're not because they look animated because the style of the show is animated, but in universe everybody looks like that, or they don't, or it looks different for them in universe. This is really just a live streamer. Or maybe they are a VTuber too, but that's not what a VTuber is, I think. Kind of funny though, kind of funny. Kilowattrel is her signature. She has a belly bolt. And then she has, hold on. Ah, yes, Palmot. Palmot was one of the Pokemon introduced in this gen that also, so there are some double typings that have yet to be done. And electric fighting used to be one of them until Gen 9 that introduced Palmot and also Iron, what was it? Iron Hands? Like the future Paradox version of Hariyama. So she has Electrode. This is based on what she got in the game, I think. Luxray and a Terastallized Mismagius. Terastallized for the electric type. So let's put it here. That's definitely electric. There are some that are easy to recognize, some not so much. But electric, yeah, you can immediately tell what it is. You really can. So for Iono, we are 3 gyms in out of 18. What is fun, so usually what we've been doing with these gyms, with these new gyms that we create for a type that was not represented, is that we, hold on, let me put Kofu here before I forget. I didn't mean to put that egg. The egg also might make a good placeholder. Okay, Kofu is not here. So let's put the Ash Ketchum placeholder. Usually we have to just make a hypothetical new character, so I just put like the type between parentheses and I put the Ash Ketchum placeholder, right? And in this case though, Alola is another one. Some others come close, but I think Alola and Paldea are the only ones in which there is a type expert for every type. And I like what they did with Scarlet and Violet. It's worth mentioning here, by the way, that they not only gave a type expert for every type, but they made a badge for all the 18 types that you can earn in the game. So there's the 8 gyms, but then you can also earn the other badges, not from gyms, but from other things. Like you have the Team Star thing, which has 5 more types, and then the remaining 4 are from the Elite 4, but you get badges from doing, what was it called? Like the, forget what it was called. Let me open the badge article. Like from a battle against a special Pokemon. Path of Legends. The Titans of... No, wait. Yeah, to the 5 Titans of Paldea. Whatever they were called. Titan Battles or something. Very similar to the Totem Pokemon that they did in the Alola games. Did they have anything like that in Sword and Shield? Like, I know there's like the Dynamax raids, and now they have the Terra raids, but the Terra raids are like different than what I'm referring to here. Boss battles like that, like in Pokemon, are such a fantastic idea. Like, it's almost a no-brainer. They should have thought about it like so longer ago. So yeah, it's these badges that also kind of have like a Team Star theme to them. That's kind of cool. So I only have 8 of the badges on the thumbnail because I represent the gyms. But I'm representing the gyms with that. But man, all the badges look so nice. They look so nice. I like to see like a wallpaper that includes all of them. Somewhere, like just somewhere on the screen, some way. That could be fun. I could maybe make something like that. Might be good to do it. So yeah, as much as I want to do that thumbnail stream, I do realize that there's some other skills that I could pick up that could be nice. Some other things I want to learn about Photoshop, mostly for thumbnails and other kinds of graphics, like schedule graphics, like just basic things that somebody like me who can draw beyond kindergarten level can do, basically. Because if I can draw, there's a lot of other things I can't do. It's not about drawing only. It's almost like, you know, you want to learn physics. Like if I wanted to learn graphic design and I don't know how to draw, I might be mistaken about this, but this is my impression of it, that I want to learn graphic design, I want to learn painting maybe. Well, painting is different. Bob Ross has shown that it's different than what I'm about to say here, but if you don't know how to draw and you want to get into graphic design, that's like trying to get into physics or calculus without knowing mathematics, you know? Like, you need to know the foundation first before you go for the rest, and drawing is the foundation of all this, for the most part. But I might be mistaken, may be different here for that. This is why I feel like I would have to learn to draw more, which I don't think I would have the time for, to really learn that. Because I would have to invest a lot of time. There's a reason why I'm not good at it, and it's because I learn it slower than most other people. Yeah, let's have Palafin right here. So Palafin is a fun one. 0 to Hero is a fun ability. So basically, Palafin transforms into this heroic form. By having it switched out, you have to switch it out. So maybe sending it out first is a good idea. And then when he comes back to the field after being switched out, being switched back in, it's gonna transform into the heroic form. It's an interesting concept. You have to sacrifice a turn to do that, which could be an advantage to the opponent. But even so, I want to have a Palafin in one of my parties. Well, not the one with Quaquaval, because I would have 2 water types instead. But yeah. And then Tatsugiri. I gave it Tatsugiri, so this is not gonna be Terra necessarily. This is gonna be Tatsugiri Droopy form. Which one was Droopy form? Droopy is the red one. There's like at least 3 Tatsugiri between several trainers here. And I made it so that each of them is a different form. So that will help. Alrighty. Let's go for the next trainer card then. Now we go for Larry. Larry's gonna be an interesting one because I initially made it... By the way, I should have said this before probably, but there's spoilers for Scarlet and Violet. There's already been some, but yeah, there will be continue being more spoilers for that as the stream goes on. But so Larry is both the normal type gym leader and the Elite Four member that uses the flying type. Since we also made the Elite Four members become gym leaders, my initial plan was to make it so that Larry is now only the normal gym leader and the flying type would have a new person to represent it as the gym leader. But the thing about Larry is that one of his teams, one of his part of his story is that he's overworked. He has like 2 or 3 jobs. One of them is to be a gym leader, one of them is to be an Elite Four member, and the other one is like paperwork for the Pokemon League, I think. I don't know what it is. He really is the salary man that he looks like. Like that other job that is not being a gym leader or Elite Four member is just that very like generic, mundane, if you will, office job of that sort, you know? So I want to preserve that part of the story of Larry in which he's overworked by having him be the gym leader for 2 gyms. And in this case, another thing that has to happen in this hypothetical game is that we need to find places for all these gyms. So sometimes what we do with some of these is to put them in the city where there's already a gym. For example, Saffron City would have both the Psychic and the Fighting Gym in Kanto. Olivine City in Johto would have both the Electric and the Steel type gym now. So the Flying Gym would be in the same city where the normal gym is with Larry. He's overworked, but you know, we're not being ridiculous about it. I know there's fast travel with some Pokemon available. Well, I don't know what service there is like in Paldea. I remember they said that Corviknight can no longer be like a flying service because of Tinkaton. But I mean, that's fast travel in a gameplay perspective, but in universe, you're not traveling fast. Like, you have to wait until the Corviknight takes you somewhere, or the Charizard or whatever flying Pokemon there is takes you to where you want to go. Okay, I'm gonna put it like this, like a double parenthesis of normal Larry. Or rather, no, I'm just gonna put Larry like this. And this is the normal gym leader Larry. But yeah, if it really is not fast travel, then both of the gyms should be in the same city. So his signature as the normal gym leader is Oinkologne. Maybe it should be like, oh, Dodonspar's 3-segment form. So what's the difference? Whoa, what happened? Oh, it was just loading, okay. I'm gonna keep the Dunsparce like that. He also gets mouse hold. So there's 2 versions, and I'm gonna give him the family of 4 version. There's 2 reasons why. The first one, I think it's because it's the more common version. It's more rare to get like the family of 3 version. And the second reason is because it's a shout out to the fact that Larry in the original games is an Elite Four member as well. Remember, this is like a hypothetical new take on the games, on each of the regions and all that. Quackabilly. There's different forms for it too. Well, this is the closest we got to Larry. It makes sense to give it that gray looking form. So Graphiae. Graphiae. Hopefully I'm pronouncing this right. Graphiae, I think is gonna be in like the poison type experts party from Team Star. Now they're gonna be a gym leader. And Cyclizar. Cyclizar has got to be there for sure. And it's gonna be on the Dragon team as well. So let's keep it like this. Yeah, let's keep it like this. I think I did take into account the other teams where you find those. This is the normal type Larry. Yes, I like to give him another Squawkabilly in the flying team. Let me scroll through there quickly. Yeah, there's another Squawkabilly in the flying team. Maybe that will be his signature instead, because he shares it on both teams. Let me see, gotta play some more music again. That was the end of that particular playlist. What can we do for more music? Okay, let's try this one. This mix is named after Lechonk. Lechonk. And yeah, we just saw on Cologne. Remember, all Pokemon here have to be fully evolved, with some very super special exceptions. But now we go for Rhyme, the Ghost type gym leader. So, this is my gym right here. Rhyme, let's see if they have her. They do not. They do not. But Rhyme, yeah, this is one of the gym leaders that reminds me of something that's supposed to be like a plot point. Well, not plot, something that's part of like the background story of Scarlet and Violet, which is that all the gym leaders did not originally intend, or most of them, that includes the Elite Four members as well, did not originally intend to become gym leaders, nor Elite Four members. The champion, Geeta, really wanted to make that Pokemon League in Paldea. And she basically strong-armed all the gym leaders, even like the academy professors, I think. The Elite Four members as well. She strong-armed. She basically kind of forced, kind of blackmailed some of them to become gym leaders. So you find that a lot of these gym leaders, if not all of them, have another job. Like, you've seen it before. We've seen gym leaders that do something else too. Brawly is a surfer. Many fighting gym leaders are also martial artists of their own. But here it's even more noticeable because that was like their actual job. And they're good Pokemon trainers. That's why they were selected by Geeta, but they didn't want to get like the full responsibilities and like all the stuff that comes with being a gym leader, you know? Just because they're good at it doesn't mean they like to do it as a profession, right? So some of them dislike her. Larry definitely doesn't like her. And I just find that really weird as a plot line. Like, okay, so it's meant to be all smiles and sunshines in the game. Like this happy-go-lucky Pokemon music. You know, the very colorful vibe that Pokemon always has. You face Geeta and it's meant to be this happy occasion. Oh, yay, the fun Pokemon League. Yay. But then it's all, there's something like, there's some like overworking, some like worker laws maybe getting violated here in the background. Like, what's going on? Like the way Geeta is running things. So she's kind of a bad like character, like a bad person, I mean. And some people have been saying she's the worst champion. Not in terms of like the team. Some of them do say that because of the team, but I don't really care about like about that. But like they're looking at it from a meta perspective. But I don't really care about that, and I don't think that's extremely important when you're facing her as like an AI trainer in the story. But I digress. No, they're saying that also. Some of them are saying that mostly because of what she's done to give everybody like a position here. They didn't want it. She just scouted them out and basically forced them into it. Rhyme is a hip-hop artist, a rap or hip-hop artist. She didn't want to be gym leader, but she was forced basically. Tulip, I've seen the cut scenes with her. I see other people play Scarlet and Violet here and there. So I already have seen probably a good chunk of the game already. I know all the major plot points basically. But Tulip is like, she's busy. She's a makeup artist. Like when you see her, when you're about to challenge her, she's in the middle of a phone call. And she's like, okay, I got a battle. I'll call you back after that. Like, they are so overworked. All of them are so overworked because they have another job apart from being a gym leader. And that's the other thing they wanted to keep as a job. They didn't want to make this whole thing a job. Like, they're good Pokemon trainers too, but they didn't want to become gym leaders, basically. That's the gist of it. That's the gist of how that story goes, I think. I might be missing something because, again, I've yet to play Scarlet and Violet. Hope I get to do it sooner than later. So, we have a Terra Toxtricity. Let's make this, or no, actually, let's put it here in the end. I'll place the Terra Pokemon, like, at the very end. So I can remember just to do it there. Ghost Terra, yeah, it's definitely this one. Ah, yes, Goldengo. Of course, she must get Goldengo. I definitely want Goldengo in one of my teams, and if the information about this is correct, yeah, it is correct. Goldengo has the distinction of being Pokemon number 1000 in the full Pokédex, the national Pokédex. What is great about this is that this is maybe not a coincidence. They may have known what they were doing, but the way to get Goldengo is evolving Gimmighoul. The only way to evolve Gimmighoul into Goldengo is to have 999 Gimmighoul coins. With the implication, you know, the Gimmighoul coins disappear. And, wow, it can't even be cancelled with the B button. I didn't know that. And it's the implication that it's 1000 after that. From 999 to 1000. So I think that's just very, very intentional. Currently unable to be shiny. Huh. Unobtainable shiny Pokemon. I didn't know such a thing existed. Huh. And that includes Articuno, Zapdos. I thought you could shiny them. Huh. Wait a minute. Why are they unobtainable? Oh, like in some games, I think. Like something like the partner Pikachu in a cab. Something like that. Yeah, I get that, but... didn't know that some legendaries and mythicals were like that. But that surprises me about Gimmighoul. I mean Goldengo. Well, Gimmighoul and Goldengo both. They're not legendary. Right? That's interesting. Yeah, it must be intentional. It must be intentional. The fact that it's number 1000 like that. And it's a ghost Pokemon! Yay! It still says Larry here. Hold on. This is going to be a rhyme for the Ghost Gym. And yes, Tulip is next. She's a Psychic type expert, so Psychic is my second favorite type. Every once in a while it becomes the primary type for a little while until Ghost takes over again, but I have an attachment to that one too for that reason. Let's see if Tulip is here. She is not. Let me put this in parentheses then. To state that this is supposed to be here. That is supposed to be Tulip instead of Ash Ketchum. Her signature is the new evolution for Girafarig, Body Giraffe. She has an Espatra. So yeah, like Ghost and Psychic type Pokemon are fun for me. There are very few Pokemon that have both types. You know, that are dual Ghost Psychic or Psychic Ghost. I think there's only 2 of them and they're both legendary / mythical. One of them is Hoopa. And that's before it goes unbound, because then it has another form where it's like unbound, which is exactly what it sounds like. But it changes to be Psychic Dark, I think. And it's Psychic Ghost or Ghost Psychic in like the regular version. The other one is Lunala from Pokemon Moon, and I guess Ultra Moon too. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense that that it's a ghost type based on the whole Moon thing and all that. When I finally play the Alola games, yeah, I'm probably gonna go for Moon and or Ultra Moon first. So I think I'm gonna play both Sun and Moon before I play Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So I'm probably going from Moon to Sun to Ultra Moon. Or maybe I'll do, just to make it fun, I'll go from Sun to Ultra Sun and then Ultra Moon last. I want to play every single Pokemon game. But I still need to obtain some of them for the first time. So that's the big difference. And then Velusa. Also Psychic type here. And then she has a Terastallized Florges. Terastallized, of course, to be the Psychic type. And yeah, we're just gonna have like the regular artwork. And this is Psychic. Yeah, the Terra types are also sorted. No, never mind. I was gonna say they're sorted alphabetically, but they're not. It starts with normal. If it were alphabetical, it would start with bug and end with water. But okay, that's alright, that's alright. Still works out like this. See, that's one of those Terra type symbols that's difficult to tell for me. Because it could be fairy as well. It's kind of difficult to say. But this is Tulip. I would have thought she would be fairy type expert. The fairy type expert though is Ortega from Team Star. Let me just double check that actually. Yeah, she has Psychic. For Team Star is Ortega. The fairy batch. Ortega kind of reminds me of Ortega from Kamen Rider Revice. Ortega. I like him. I like all of Team Star. I mean, partly because they're called Team Star, but I like the style of all of them. They are so stylish, so cool. I would definitely be a member of Team Star. I would have been right there with Cassiopeia, the leader that formed it, basically. See what playlist we can have for Pokemon. So I'm just gonna go for like a general Pokemon, some general Pokemon music instead. So we're gonna go beyond Paldea as well for that. But hopefully that's okay. Alrighty. Sorry if you're hearing some barking in the background, by the way. Not sure if you are or not. That was Tulip, then Grusha. Get the feeling they... Oh! They do have Grusha. Very nice. Grusha. Not sure what the correct one is. With this, we finished the initial 8 gyms. Let me double check that I've saved every trainer card so far. 1 second. As I take a look at the folder for it. Okay, yes, I've been saving all of them. Yeah, what's going to happen after we finish this, after we finish all these streams with this one, is that I will upload the pictures somewhere. Again, some of those have to be remade. But hold on, Baxcalibur. Is Hazel's signature? So this one is subject to change, but let's place it for now. But yeah, I'll share that which I uploaded somewhere, and the other thing I want to do is to build these teams in Pokemon Showdown. I don't know if I'm gonna stream anything involving those teams, and this is a Terastallized Altaria to be Ice type, which is interesting. This is Ice, right? Is this the Ice type? This looks like Ice, but it's supposed to tell me if it is when I highlight it. Okay, yeah, it is Ice. Doesn't show it on the screen, but gives me a little pop-up that tells me. Now for the Ice type, let me take a look at Grusha. Gurusha. It's Grusha. The Sub-Zero Shredder. Listen to that. Yeah, it's like the team she had, and I added a Baxcalibur. I'll keep that Baxcalibur. There's no reason to change it, I think. Here's where I would also see like at the anime and manga pages to maybe see if there's another Pokemon to reference from there, but I won't be able to do it there. Florian and Juliana's team, the 2-player characters. I don't have a team for them, actually. I have like 1 or 2 Pokemon, as I'll tell you later. Mostly the starter for each. But I don't have the other Pokemon because usually I base these on the Adventures manga. So I'm gonna have to just do my own original input. Just gonna go for a nice multi-type team that has some of the most popular Pokemon from there. Pokemon that are good on a team in general, maybe. Pokemon that I would have on my own team, I guess. A multi-type team in one of my playthroughs that a lot of players have in their own. Clodsire is probably gonna be in one of those. Speaking of Clodsire, next is Rika. Oh, Rika. I love her style. I love the super formal vibe that she has. But I hate that bitch. She is a bitch with a stick up her ass. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I hate her guts. No, again, I haven't played Scarlet and Violet yet, but I've already seen the test that you have to take before the champion assessment interview that you have to take before you can challenge the Elite Four. And the fact that she fails you for answering like, I'm just here to have fun, instead of answering, I'm here to be the champion. Like, you can be there just to have fun. There's such a thing as challenging them for fun. You can be the champion and also want to have fun, but she fails you and just tells you to get the hell out of there, and that you can't challenge the Elite Four. Or if you forget, like, for heaven's sake, man, there's people that don't have a good memory, especially if they're neurodivergent. Like, if you don't remember, like, the gym leader that was in a town, you say, oh, you know, the gym of this town was the most difficult one. And what was the name of the gym leader? And if you get it wrong, she fails you and off you go. You can't challenge the Elite Four after all this hard work. Like, what a stick up her ass she has. I hate her for that. And you must restart it from the beginning. So when I finally play that, I'm not gonna give a damn about that. I'm just gonna take a look at a guide for the correct answers if I don't know them, and that's it. Just go F yourself, Rika. Let me kick your ass as a member of the Elite Four, and I never want to see you in my life again. Sorry, I dropped something there. For a moment. I bump into things a lot, but I think I also got very passionate about that. Fire this bitch from the Pokemon League. Or just remove the assessment. She might just be doing as she is told, although that might make it worse, but... But she is the ground type specialist. She is now the ground type gym leader. There is no interview to challenge her for the gym, thank goodness. In this version. She's gonna get Clodsire. And I think I want to make it so that it's a ground Terra Clodsire, to also distinguish it from another Clodsire we're gonna see in the Poison team, and also in one of the player characters, even some other teams like I'm not thinking about here. But no, let's continue just like this. Toadscrew, what a fun Pokemon. I want to have it in one of my parties for sure. Donphan, yes, Donphan. I think is the only one, or one of the few Pokemon that got a paradox for both the future and the past, which is fun. I'm kidding about the whole Rika hate thing, by the way. I think it's annoying from a gameplay perspective, especially since some of those questions are dumb. Like, what's wrong if you answer it this way? That bars you from challenging the league? What? But if it were actually like that in universe, like, if I were there in universe and she just like throws me out, kicks me out for answering this way, I would be seriously angry at her. Let me save this. I think I forgot to save that ice gym. Oh no, yeah, I just realized I forgot to save Grusha's gym. That's weird. I thought I saved that. So give me a second here. I gotta do it again. Tetitan first. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is here. The Paldea region with regional forms and new Pokemon here. And also convergent evolutions and entire evolutionary lines that are convergent Pokemon. That's a new thing. So Toadstool, Toadscruel, Wiglet, Walktrio. So they changed it so that not all the Pokemon are like regional variants. Otherwise, that they could be called like Paldean Diglett, Paldean Dugtrio. That's not the direction they went with here, though. They now have the convergent evolution concept, which is based on like science, on like the real life world, the real life quote-unquote dimension. Okay, forgot to save her, but now I've done it. So yeah, let's continue along the Elite Four. You know how I mentioned that Gita strong-armed a lot of people into joining the Elite Four and the gym and becoming gyms, becoming Elite Four members and gym leaders, right? I have to wonder what the hell did she say to Poppy, or how Poppy got to be a member, because she's a literal child. How old is she? Like 6 years old? 7 years old? Hey, she's a capable member and all that, but why would Gita hire a literal child as a member of the Elite Four? That makes her even more sketchy. She forces a lot of people who already have another job into working this other job for her, and then she has a literal child to be one of the jobs. Like, somebody needs to call Luker, somebody needs to call an international police or something, and just look into this, because there's something fishy going on here. What is going on with the Paldea League and Gita? What is this? She's the chairwoman for both the academies and the Pokemon League. Like, what? Something is wrong there. Something is wrong here. But yeah, there's the very popular, the one and only Tinkaton. I find it kind of obnoxious, the whole like Corviknight thing. Like, it keeps trying to kill Corviknights. Like, calm the fuck down, damn it. Also because I like Corviknight a lot. But I do like Tinkaton in itself too. Like, everybody's like, oh, you know, it's so cute. It's just trying to kill Corviknight. That's not cute at all. What the hell? It's one of like a lot of Pokédex entries that are like actual horror in the Pokemon world, but they're just glazed over like, oh, no, these are like fun things, fun games between people and all that. So I gave her Goldengo as well, because Goldengo is also a steel type. She can have a Goldengo, though it's kind of subject to change, I think. But for now, yeah, she can have a Goldengo. We can keep it like that. Poppy gets the Ash Ketchum placeholder because she's not here. I think eventually she will be placed. Poppy-chan. Is her name Poppy also in the Japanese version? Let me check. It's Poppy. Poppy-chan. Poppy-chan. Poppy. Just Poppy. Poppy-chan. There you go. Well, back to Larry. We are now gonna go for the flying gym. And guess who is the gym leader for that? Is once again Larry. So yeah. You know, going back to what I was saying about Rika. So in this case, Flamigo is the signature, but again, it might be Squawkabilly instead. And let's give him another color. And I'll talk about what I wanted to say about the Rika, the assessment to get accepted into being a champion, or rather challenge for the championship. It goes back to the hypothetical Pokemon game that this would all be a part of. Another thing that would happen is that to challenge the gyms, you can't just do it right away. You need to fill at least one of several requirements. There's different options. You need to have at least one of them though. There are requirements, but it doesn't need to be all of them, just one of them. One of those options will open up the gym for you to challenge, and it's like many traditional gyms, even here, in that there's a puzzle, RPG style, there's some other trainers before that. And then you challenge the gym leader. Tropius as well. And then Altaria. This is the second Altaria we see. But I think it's based on the team he had from there, so there's that. Larry looks so different. Look at him. No, that's just the Ash Ketchum placeholder. I'm saving the picture, by the way. You don't see it on the screen, but that's why I like stay at the screen for a moment. Because I'm saving it. So the requirements would be, for most gyms, it would be the following. In no particular order. Number 1, you have to catch X amount. You have to obtain. They don't have to be caught only. You can make some of them evolved, traded, whatever. You must obtain X amount of Pokemon of the type of the gym. Number 2, you need to be part of the local guild or club, whatever I end up calling it, of the type. There will be a club or a guild of sorts for like all the 18 types as well. They may be in the same building as the gym is. Like the gym buildings will probably look very different now. Like when you enter them, you enter this lobby and it has doors to other rooms, and one of those rooms is where the gym challenge takes place, which that's where you see like the map of the gym that you saw in the original games. But now you don't see it immediately. You have a lobby and then you see that. So like if you go to Misty's gym, you're gonna enter this lobby area first, and then if you qualify, you can enter the gym. You go through a door that takes you to the traditional place with the pool, some swimmers, and Misty at the end of it to challenge, right? Something like that, right? So requirement number 2 is to be part of like the club or guild of the type, and they have their join requirements. You can join all of them. You can be part of all 18 of them. But you will need to fill some requirements to join one of them, similar to the Gym 2, for 17 of them. Because your first one you can join for free, basically. So you can choose one that you can immediately be part of, and then to join the others, you have to fulfill certain requirements. But back to the gym, that's number 2. Number 3 would be to have a special recommendation from the gym leader, and in the game it would mean a quest in which you earn the favor of the gym leader by doing something. For example, in Johto, if you go and cure the ill Amphi from the lighthouse, it's probably gonna earn you like the special favor of either the Steel type gym leader Jasmine or the Electric type gym leader, which is a new character in this case. They're in Johto. Or it could be both of them, really. And then when you go to the gym, you are told, oh yeah, the gym leader put you on a special list. You can challenge them whenever you want. You can go and challenge in if you want. They consider you a really good person, a really good Pokemon trainer, right? Usually it's you just showing that you're worthy as a Pokemon trainer in some way. That's requirement number 3. Requirement number 4 is to do a formal gym challenge, a formal assessment. From what I understand, in Scarlet and Violet, you have to do those before you can challenge the gym anyway. So it's based on that. I mean, it's based on stuff that also came from the anime. Other things to compare it with are like the trials in the Alola games. They didn't have gyms there, not in the original ones at least. These deluxe versions would have a complete league for them too, as we said on the Alola stream 2 streams ago. I mean, 2 Pokemon streams ago. And what was I gonna say? Another comparison is the Orange League, in which in the Orange League in the anime, most of them, they didn't have like a battle. They instead did like a challenge of sort, maybe a race or something like that. This was such a fun idea, and it's fun, and it's interesting to think that eventually we got Alola, which I think is what the Orange Islands were kind of supposed to be, kind of like a Hawaii-based thing. On like this deluxe version of the Kanto games, we would have the Sevi Islands and the Orange Islands in them, and the Dark Gym would be in the Sevi Islands. But you can access it at any time. Like you would access the first 2 or 3 Sevi Islands at any moment. You don't have to go to the post game for that. Let me just double check that I did save this Flying Larry. Okay, this Flying Larry. Okay, next is Hazel. Or is it Hazel? Well, teacher and also Dragon type expert. We're gonna see some Pokemon here that we've seen before. But his signature is Baxcalibur, that we saw before in Grusha's team, but that's okay. Cyclizar, we've seen it before. So I like it, right? We have one Cyclizar in Hassel's team and another Cyclizar in the normal team of Larry. So that's two Cyclizars. It's like we're representing both Koraidon and Miraidon, right? Because Cyclizar is like the present version of them both, basically. For Tatsugiri, we're gonna go for what is called a stretchy form. Which one was the stretchy form? The yellow one. No particular reason why, I think, why I assigned it to them. I think it was chosen kind of randomly. Noivern, a fun Pokemon. I like that it starts out as a pure flying Pokemon, and then it's Flying Dragon, but it retains the primary flying type. Like, it took them so long to start doing pure flying type Pokemon. Like, that's what they should have done to a bunch of the regional birds, basically. And he has Flapple, although... Yeah, okay, yeah, he has Flapple. I don't remember the reason why. He probably has it in one of his teams, but... Well, that's what I put on, like, the document for... that I'm referencing for these teams. In which I put them all together like that. Okay, let's pick up the pace a little bit. Oh yeah, but I mentioned those requirements to be able to challenge a gym in the first place, because what I think I would do is that I would have Rika do that assessment, and it would still be as strict, as ridiculously, absurdly strict. Absurdly, because again, like, she fails you for stupid reasons. But in this case, she can do whatever she wants with it, because it's just an optional requirement. You can unlock the gym in a different way if you like. There is a special reward if you, like, fulfill all the requirements. If you fulfill all of them, you probably get, like, a batch of items, like 10 rare candies, 10 elixirs, or something like that. Like, it should be a reward. There should be a reward for doing all of them, but not something that is only accessible by doing them. Maybe you get some Poké Dollars. Or Poké Yen, whatever they are. So Giacomo is next. I get the feeling they don't have anybody from Team Star either. So again, a lot of Ash Ketchum placeholders. But yeah, Giacomo. I have half a mind to, like, make a version of my own, like my own kind of trainer cards from this. It would take more time, but it's doable. It's definitely doable. In which I put the 6 teams and I put the character here with a model. And those are the ones I upload online eventually. But it would take a lot of time. Remember how I mentioned Canva earlier? That's where I would do it, probably. This is one of those things in which I would prefer to use Canva. But Giacomo, so originally Team Star member, now the Dark type gym leader. King Gambit is his signature. Mabostiff is here. And yes, more Dark Pokemon that are found in the Paldean decks. Not necessarily introduced though. But he's gonna get Bombirdier, which was introduced here in Scarlet and Violet. And also a Honchkrow. It's a thing that works out. Let me drink some water though. Give me a second. I really need to hydrate here. There's so many things I need to do with my voice, man. Like, I pride myself in being able to be super high energy no matter how long the stream goes, unless it's like 24 hours, which I wouldn't do anyway for health reasons. Only on a super, like, extra special occasion probably. But I'm starting to be more open to the idea. It's just that it has to really be an exceptional time for it. But no, yeah. What was I gonna say? But yeah, like, despite that, I still, like, even if it's a short stream, I still don't quite modulate my voice the right way, like in a way that doesn't strain my throat too much. Like, I don't know, I didn't used to have it be strained so much. Like, I've been getting, like, extra energetic, if you will. Like, I'm always a fast talker, I get excited frequently, but I think I've been overdoing it a lot lately, and it's having a strain on my voice. And also for singing, I need to get back to, like, singing exercises and other things like that. Arma Rouge is gonna be the signature of Mela, Fire-type gym leader in this case. There is a picture for her. That's great to see. The style of all the Team Star members is just so much fun. So much fun. Alright. So she gets both Cerulege and Arma Rouge. Isn't that fun? Haha. Yeah, Cerulege and Arma Rouge kind of look like Tokusatsu-based characters. Also kind of what I wanted to get them. They also kind of look like Mega Man-based characters. Either way, they're great for me. They're great for me to look at. I could see a Yu-Gi-Oh card, like, with an artwork like that. A character with an artwork like that, like a Cerulege card or something like that. Well, to be fair, a lot of Pokemon would just make great Yu-Gi-Oh cards in their own way. There's a reason why there's a Pokemon trading card game too, right? But Yu-Gi-Oh has like these certain like standards for the sort of monsters they do and the sort of like monster cards that are not monsters. They're something else, but you know, it's the name monster card. But like armored individuals, like high-tech suits, not unlike what you may find in Tokusatsu or some anime. Certain types of warriors, types of spellcasters. So many spellcasters, right? And some Pokemon, when they fit those standards, it can be a lot of fun. Like Cerulege and Arma Rouge kind of look like a person in a particular suit of armor, like a sort of cyborg with Cerulege, Arma Rouge, like a sort of fire enchanted warrior of sorts, something like that. So they fit very nicely with those things. Anyways, for fire, it's Mela. Atticus is next. Atticus is the poison type expert. There is no Atticus here. Back to the Ash Ketchum placeholder. I like that name, Atticus. Revavroom is the signature of Atticus, which is present in all the Team Star teams because they use like this big Revavroom. But we're only gonna have it in one of the teams in this case. Graphaie, which I hope I'm saying right. Kind of sounds like I'm saying Raphael. Sounds kind of funny to say like that. Glimora, super powerful Pokemon. You wanna be using it like because of its ability, which just places toxic spikes on the other side. So with the right setup, you can just place double toxic spikes guaranteed before it faints. And then anybody that comes in is gonna be badly poisoned instantly, which is powerful. One of the criticisms for Gita is that Glimora is actually her signature Pokemon, but because of that, she sends it out last. And because toxic debris works that way, you wanna be sending it out first, so you can set the hazards. Usually, signature Pokemon are like sent last, but well, if you go for the World Tournament in Black 2 and White 2, they tend to send it first. And not only that, like that one does have like the competitive base rules from battle facilities in which everybody's the same level. IV training is encouraged. All the opponents are probably IV trained. So it would even be better to have that. Again, if there's a Unova remake, if there's Unova remakes, I hope they bring that back. And we also have the World Tournament with like the gym leaders, champions, etc. from the regions that came out after Unova. And Gita would be absolutely powerful. Unless she gets arrested before that because they found out all the illegal things she's doing. She's hiring children. She's blackmailing people into becoming gym leaders and part of the Elite Four. Yeah, she might go to she might go to prison. It's like the reverse of Giovanni, kind of like you find out he's the gym leader after you already know he's a criminal. But with Gita, it's after you see her as a champion first, and only after that do you realize she's a criminal. But yeah, Skontang, Toxapex. Yeah, she has a Toxapex. I consider it a mock as well. Oh no, not she, sorry, it's Atticus. I was thinking of Gita again. But yeah, Toxapex for Atticus. Maybe that works. The alternative I put was Mach. I don't remember why. Probably one of his Pokemon on the teams. But yeah, Atticus has the poison gym here. Honestly, I think that hypothetical game would be so much fun to have around. I would love to see somebody do it as a mod. Like there's a lot of modded games. Like they mod the original games to make all sorts of games possible. Maybe doing one like that, right? There's been some open world games like that. And I played some of them too. But yeah, one of those like that would be fun. Azumarill, alright. Wigglytuff. So, this is Ortega, fairy type expert. We mentioned them earlier. We did mention him earlier because I wasn't sure for a moment if Tulip was fairy or psychic type. And then Tinkaton, yeah, he's gonna have Tinkaton as well. Tinkaton is also fairy type. I know it's the signature of Poppy. But hey, that's okay, that's okay. Everybody loves Tinkaton, right? Except Corviknight. Poor Corviknight. What the hell did Corviknight do to deserve that? Tinkaton is just being mean to it. We've seen it before. The other thing I think about that's similar, it's not the same, but it's similar, is the rivalry between Zangoose and Seviper. I don't know the reason why they have like a rivalry there, but yeah. Let me see. Just wanted to make sure that Airy... So Airy is the fighting... Yeah, Airy is the fighting type expert. There's nothing for her. I mean, there's no picture for her. So again, with the placeholder, Annihilate. One of my favorite additions to things. It's also great because it's based on a Kanto Pokemon. So it means it kind of gives it room, it kind of gives it availability to be placed in some Kanto teams. And because it's a ghost type, I can give that to Agatha because she desperately needs more ghost types. So any ghost types that can be connected to Kanto in any way are always welcome because then I get to place them on her team. The same goes for dark types and dragon types. Like for example, Alolan Exeggutor goes into the dragon type gym leader of Kanto, who is not Lance. I'm starting to think that I want to make it like a character called Vance. That is just like Lance, looks exactly like Lance, except the hair color is different and the outfit is a different palette maybe. Right? Or yeah, all the way down to the skin tone. The skin tone is different even. It's a different palette. It's a palette swap of the Lance. And he's called Vance. And he's the brother of Lance or the apprentice of Lance or who knows what. Because Lance is now only the champion for the Johto League, which is completely separate from the Kanto League now. Like, yeah, the two regions are still right next to each other, but they don't share a league anymore, despite that. But yeah, here's the fighting type expert. Now fighting type gym leader. So these are all fighting types. Toxicroak, Passimian. And, what is the final Pokemon I gave her? I actually gave her a Primeape, but I consider Flamigo as another option. Let me see her team. Look at that mask she wears. What a style. What a style she has. Obviously, I don't give them like a Revabroom to represent the Starmobile. That's a different thing entirely. Because she does have both Primeape and Annihilate, and I think that's fun. Yeah. This is one of the exceptions in which we do this. There have been some other cases in which we give them both the previous the previous fully evolved form and the new fully evolved form. For example, I think I gave Morty, especially because he needed more ghost types. Johto and Kanto have a problem with ghost type representation. Dragons as well. So I gave Morty both Misdreavus and Mismagius. I prefer to do this only with Pokemon that used to be a fully evolved version, like Misdreavus. But for example, if I do it with Dragonair and Dragonite, Dragonair has never been a fully evolved Pokemon. So I don't think it's a good idea. Because the other idea is that this is what the final party looks like. Like, if you challenge them with 1 or 2 batches, you're going to have like a team with less than 6 Pokemon, and the Pokemon they do have are not going to be fully evolved. So that's where you can see them with Dratini and Dragonair. And that also takes into account other trainers in the gym who, even at the 18 badge stage or so, are still going to have some Pokemon that are not fully evolved. They'll be a high level, but they won't be fully evolved. The hypothetical game. Also to reach like the maximum potential in this. I didn't save her, right? I think I forgot to save this. Yeah. Did I save Ortega? Hold on. I'm forgetting to save them. Okay, I did save Ortega. Yeah. Just let me add Annihilate again then. I get so distracted with the things I talk about sometimes. But yeah, Eddie, fighting type. There's another fighting type expert. But I decided to go for Eri as the gym leader because we gotta have all 5 Team Star leaders now as gym leaders. It works out that way, I'd say. Oh yes, and this is it for all the type experts that were Team Star, Gym Leader, and Elite Four. There is one more type that needs to be represented, and that's the Rock type, which is represented by the sister of the Ghost type Gym Leader, Rhyme. This is Time. And that's how they got a type expert for every type. Rock, this is not the first time that Rock almost got neglected. Like, you know, you only see the Rock type expert all the way until the end in the Academy Ace tournament. There she is. Like, otherwise, yeah, like in Unova, for example, there's a type expert for every type except Rock. And also except Fairy, but like in Gen 5, the Fairy type wasn't introduced yet. So it's only 17 you're looking at. Like if you count Colress, formerly of Team Plasma, as the Steel type expert, then yeah, Rock was the only one not to get anybody. Like across all the games. Because it plays a part in the World Tournament. Like, when you go for the type expert tournaments, there's a pool of trainers they may pick from. Some have more than others. But in every single one of those pools, except... well, actually, except the types in the Elite Four, yeah, you have somebody from Unova. But because they don't have Elite Four members, yeah, like the Elite Four types like Psychic, Dark, Ghost, and Fighting are not represented there. But the point is, there's a type expert for every type except Rock. So let's go for Time now. I'm trying to think of a pun to make with that name. Let's not waste any time and get to Time. There we go. Stone Journer. For a while there, I kind of confused Garganacl and Stone Journer. They look so similar to me. And I know Garganacl has the Minecraft theme of sorts going on. With the pre-evolutions, you see it more. The first stage, Knackley, is so much fun because there's not only Minecraft in it, but also kind of like some Super Mario influence because of the mushroom shape. And there's Clough. And she gets all 3 forms of Lycanroc because why not? Tanashimi da na, tanashimne, tanashine. It's fun when you do this. And this is based on what she has in the games, in part. Like, where is her body? Where did I... She gets 2 Lycanrocs. I ended up replacing Dreadnought with one of the others because, hey, I get to have fun. There's one more Lycanroc form that we don't see here. So if when I make a team like this in Showdown, I'm probably gonna need to go for Anything Goes. I think there's no Anything Goes for Generation 9. Because only then do they allow you more than one of the same species. The same species clause. The thing I hate about that is that it doesn't distinguish between the regional forms. I wish it would do that at least. Like, yeah, I understand that. You don't want to have, like, 6 Mewtwo's. That would probably be overpowered. Or some other Pokemon. Some other powerful Legendary or Uber. But for the regional forms, I wish they would make an exception. There's no Anything Goes mode in Pokemon Showdown so far, I think. But anyway. No, let's not waste any time with Time. We still have many more trainer cards left, and we're, like, 2 hours into the stream. Nearly 2 hours now. It's not like I don't want to like make time for this, but I also need to avoid taking too much time. These should be 18 now, so let me make sure. Okay, yes, I saved all of them. Alrighty. Then we get to Gita, the champion. The criminal champion. The sus champion. Now, she is very sus. She's doing some very sus things on the Pokemon League of Paldea and the academies, maybe. But alright, yeah, her signature is Glimora. And then she has Espatra. This is 100% based on the party she has on the game. There's no changes on that one. Because with the gym leaders, the type experts, I usually make changes to represent other Pokemon that were introduced in that region. In the generation that introduced that region. So I changed the teams a little bit. Or if by some chance, like some of the Elite Four members there in Kanto and Johto, they have a Pokemon that's not based on the type, I probably change that. Then she has King Gambit. Not the first King Gambit we've seen so far, but that's her team. And yet, just like in Scarlet and Violet, there's a defending champion. There's a champion assessment. You gotta beat that champion, and when you do, you can choose to become the new defending champion, or you can just keep your champion rank. And you don't have to be defending the title. I extended this to be the case for all these Pokemon leagues now. Because it also makes sense with everything else we've done, like for the changes in the game and all that. Okay, so there's a lot of other characters we're gonna do here. So we got the champion, we're gonna get the player characters and the rival Nemona. But there's other characters that are part of the story. Arven, Penny, we're gonna do them next. And also all those other professors that show up at the Academy Ace tournament. We're gonna do all of them. So let's go for Arven first. We're also gonna do Professor Turo and Professor Sada. Well, you can be just a copy-paste of their party too. We're gonna represent a bunch of the Paradox Pokemon, so theirs is an exception to the rule of not including legendaries or mythicals. Like, they're an exceptional sort of party, if that makes any sense. So we go for that. Arven, there he is. So he gets his signature Mabos Teeth. It's interesting how they introduced like a bunch of dog-based Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. Like, there's a fairy, a ghost, a dark dog. There might be another one I'm missing right now. His party is also based like on his in-game party. This is where we allow like to go outside like the new introduced Pokemon in Generation 9. If they're not one of the gym leaders, one of the 18 gym leaders, yeah, it's doable. What is important is that we represent every evolutionary line introduced in this new gen that introduced the region we're doing, right? That includes regional forms, convergent Pokemon, and all that. Hold on a minute. Yeah, like Paldea and Tauros we haven't seen yet. So the other fighting type expert is the one that gets the 2 Tauros. I might change that to give it to Eri instead. But okay, Dendra is yeah, and then the regular combat breed Tauros is gonna go to one of the protagonists. I mean, player characters. I think Florian is the one that gets it. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, anyway, back to Arven. The next one is Toadscruel. He repeats the grass type. Not the end of the world if we repeat the types here and there sometimes, but I try to avoid it. And then Garganacl. Yeah, I should take a look at these teams they have right here and try to avoid some of these Pokemon for them. I think I'm gonna try doing that. But yeah, this is Arven. Next, we're gonna do Penny. Penny's is a fun team because it's all evolutions. And all of them are a pure type for that reason as well. So, we start with her signature. I believe her signature is Sylveon. I think that's the one that she terastalizes, so that's why. Then we go for Umbreon. There used to be a time where you could have a team and which would have every single evolution. Not anymore though. How many are there? Like 8, I think? 10 or 8? I don't remember. Jolteon. Flareon. Last but not least, Leafeon. So yeah, we keep this party. If we were to make the Mount Battle experience I would also be doing here and there some teams that are like this, like nothing but snake Pokemon, nothing but dog Pokemon. Although I would try to stick to the Pokemon that can be found in the region of that Mount battle. Mount Kanto, Mount Paldea, Mount Unova. That's what it would be called, each of them. Next is Jack. Jack. Who is Jack? Let me see. I think that's one of the professors now. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, wait. No, this is... Is he one of the professors? Let me see that. Who is this? Jack, the instructor. I'm surprised they had his picture. Biology the teacher of Naranja or Uva. Homeroom teacher for the general studies track, but they had his avatar there. So there he is. Alright, yeah, his signature is Fatty Giraffe. He shares this with Tulip. I might want to change that, but okay, let's keep it here like that, whatever. Slowbro. Then Mudsdale. Swalot. Lurantis. Lurantis. And Arcanine. Probably shouldn't be saying them out loud because we're going to be taking a look at all of these after we finish. I'm so glad we went all the way. We went, well, a little ahead of myself. We haven't finished the stream nor the trainer cards yet, but we finally did do every single one of them. All the 9 regions with this stream. Alright, the other fighting type expert, this is Dendra. Do they have her? They don't. Which doesn't surprise me. So, the Ash Ketchum placeholder. Dendra is very important because the Tauros, the Paldean Tauros evolutionary line, we have yet to represent. Seems like Hariyama is her signature, which she shares with Brawly from Hoenn. But that's okay. She gets, yeah, let's get the 2. We get the Aqua Breathe of Paldean Tauros. And the Blaze Breed of Paldea Tauros. Might be fun to give her all 3 of them, honestly. I have half a mind to do that, to tell you the truth. I gave her 5 links. Tell you why, yeah, she's gonna have all 3 of them. It's subject to change maybe, though. But yeah, let's have her take the 3 fighting type Tauros. Medicham and Holucha as well. She's not a gym leader, but she's a notable trainer to have around. The gym leaders are not the only type experts. Most of the time they are, but, you know, in the sense that they have a monotype party. But sometimes you see others, like Wallace, for example. For Hoenn, we had Steven become the defending champion, but then what happens with Wallace, right? Well, he just becomes a notable trainer that's somewhere else in the game or in Mount Battle. Mount Hoenn in this case. Marlon in Unova had a similar situation because we already had Cress as the water type gym leader. What do we do with Marlon? Well, he still sticks to the water monotype, just does something else in the region. So Saguaro's signature is Hatterene. He shares this with Bed from Galar, if I recall correctly. But Gudra is next. Vespiquen. But yeah. Usually we want to keep those type experts like that. So what these are meant to be for the most part are to be like a full representation of all the evolutionary lines in every region. Newly introduced in the generation that introduced that region, as I say it. Except for legendaries and mythicals. Not that I dislike them, but only like they're meant to be a more special case. If we were to do the Mount Battle experience though, you would have somebody have them in their team. Or you would even just face them like on a round. Like there 6 of them are in a party and there's no trainer attached to it. Like it's just them like that. I could maybe make the professor, the local professor, be like an opponent and they have the legendaries. I mean, in this case, we're going to have Professor Turo and Sada have a bunch of a bunch of Paradox Pokemon. So keep that in mind. Doesn't have to be the case with every professor because they're a super special case. That's the thing with them. They're like a super special case right there. Okay, Salvatore. Yes, this was Saguaro. We just saved it, I think. Saguaro. Salvatore. Let's see if they have Salvatore here by any chance. They do not. So, onwards. Onwards we go. You know. The signature of Salvatore is Raichu. Yet another one that's shared. This one is shared with Lieutenant Surge in Kanto. Gothitelle. Remember, we're no longer with the gym leaders. So these are all... Most of these are not going to be monotype anymore. Only Dendra had the monotype situation going on. For the most part, they're not going to repeat a type. But there will be a few that will have like the same Pokemon. The same type in 2 Pokemon of their party. It happens here and there, and it's not the end of the world if it does. But we do try to avoid it for the most part. They have a Honchkrow. There you go. The team of Salvatore. Next is Miriam. These are all mostly like the professors of the academy. Because they also show in the Academy Ace tournament. So there's a team to go for. And yeah, I think we should do a team for them. Yeah, like... I also need to make some new trainer cards for like the villainous characters of the previous games. I didn't go mostly for like the teams. Didn't do Maxi, Archie, Cyrus, Getsis. But anyway, this is Miriam, right? So Toxapex as her signature. She might share this with someone somewhere, I'm not sure. Then Electros. And I think I picked them as their signatures because from what I saw in the parties, that's the Pokemon they choose to terrestrialize. Like the AI always terrestrializes the same Pokemon. If you were to play against players, you would probably see something different, but with the AI, it's always like the same Pokemon. I think it's the same with Dynamax and Gigantamax. You choose which one is going to be based on the battle. But when you face AI, certain AI opponents, they're gonna... It's not gonna be the same... or sorry, it is gonna be the same all the time. Medium. Then next is Rhyford. Whoops, hold on. Let me see if there's a Rhyford here. No. Rhyford, however you want to say it. I'm guessing it's another one of the professors. Of the teachers, I should say. Professor can be mistaken with, like, Turo and Sada, right? The doctor kind of professors. And yeah, Gengar is their signature, which they share with Agatha and maybe with Morty. I think I wanted to change it so that Morty's signature is instead of Misdreavus or Mismagius, because Agatha already has, like, Gengar. Hell, I think there was somebody else in another region that also had Gengar, but I'm not sure. I don't know. But yeah, here's Grumpig. Underrated Pokemon, I feel, sometimes. Well, I'm very familiar with like the Ghost and the Psychic evolutionary lines, because they're my 2 favorites. So maybe I feel that way for that reason. Like, I don't see it in enough Psychic teams. No, actually, I do see Grumpig here and there in some Pokemon Showdown random teams. In like random battles. By the way, I hope to do that after the stream today. I mean, at the end of the stream, I want to have like a Gen 9 monotype battle in Pokemon Showdown. Would be a great way to end this. Just one for fun. But we'll see if I'm able to. So, Clavel himself, the principal, the headmaster, basically, yeah. We gotta give him a team. I mean, he does have one in the games, so... We gotta have him here. We got to have him here. So his signature... he doesn't... Oh, wait. Right. What I did with him was remove the starters. Because I think he gets one of the starters depending on... Yeah, depending on what you chose. But in this case, I removed all of them. Because the starters are spread between the 2-player characters Flora and Juliana and Nemona. So... He replaces the starter with another Pokemon of the type. So if he doesn't have Skeledirge, he's gonna have Houndoom. If he doesn't have Quaquaval, he's gonna have Gyarados. If he doesn't have Meowscarada, he's going to have Amoonguss. The imposter Amoonguss. So yeah, that's what he does. It's a similar case with Blue in the original games. A lot of rivals have this, not all, but a lot of rivals do. So this is how I did it. He doesn't have... I'm gonna make Oranguru his signature, I guess. Like, there's no particular one to go for. It can be a Oranguru. Abomasnow, and yes, this means that he repeats the grass type. But that happens one way or another anyway, I think. Oh, hold on, let me see. Like, if he has... Meowscarada... Yeah, he still gets Abomasnow, so yeah. It's kind of inevitable one way or another. Polteageist. What a fantastic choice for a Pokemon. Oh, how I love Polteageist. Seriously, just look at it. It has the spiral eyes like me. It's purple. It's a ghost Pokemon. And it's based on T. Like, oh my god. I don't know. You know what? I think Starmie is not my favorite Pokemon anymore. It's gotta be Polteageist. Or both Sinistea and Polteageist simultaneously. Man, yeah, I gotta give this... I gotta give it to Sinistea or Polteageist. That's my signature Pokemon. Let's go. Amoonguss. Oh yeah, Amoonguss. Make sure you pronounce it properly, otherwise it's gonna sound like you're saying something else from another game. It's not Among Us, it's Amoonguss. And then Gyarados. And then Houndoom. Yosh. Looking great, Professor. Headmaster. Too bad we can't see his super clever disguise. It's actually really cool the way he styles his hair in that disguise. Let's see if they show it here. Kuraberu. Like, where is it? They don't show the render here, but he has a disguise like for the Team Star operation in Scarlet and Violet that I think is a lot of fun. Alright, so yeah, we're nearly finished now. Nemona. Then Nemona comes next. Oh, I love her. Like, she's such a fun rival. A lot of people just have fun with the dialogue where at the end of the game or so, she's like, let's be rivals for right. Let's be rivals for life, alright? And you have the option to say yes or no. And every time you say no, she gets exponentially more and more frantic about being rivals until it eventually just peaks at a part that repeats over and over. But a lot of people just have fun with it. And I love her style, like the leggings she wears with the school uniform, this glove right here, like my favorite type of Pokemon trainer designs, at least for player characters, maybe for rivals like Nemona. I understand not everybody should look this way, like there's all sorts of different ways anybody can dress, especially if they have a profession, like these gym leaders here. Misty's a swimmer, right? Swimmer. There's rock climbers. There's like Iono, who is a live streamer. But yeah, who is like, yeah, she's a content creator, anime gaming style, basically, right? But yeah, anyway, like, I love when the player characters look very sporty like that. Florian and Juliana don't really look that much, but Nemona has it, and I really like it. Sort of sporty, sort of like very geared up look, you know? Like you're really geared up, like you really look like you're a professional at Pokemon training, an absolute professional. You're fully dedicated to that. Fully in gear. Really makes me motivated to go and do some Pokemon training, right? Like I should see if I can get some like exercise gear like that. That would pump me up for exercising, like getting some fun gear to wear. But yeah, she got Quaxly, so she goes for Quaquaval. In this hypothetical game, I think we would preserve the plotline in which she's a champion from the very beginning, but she still has a scaled party depending on where you are in the game, I think. Another thing that would happen in this hypothetical game is that the player characters would not be chosen by the player anymore, not really. You would have a brand new character that you create, and fully customize yourself. You can make them look like the original player characters, but those player characters, in this case Florian and Juliana, are also going to be rivals in the game. And they're all going to pick one of the 3 starters, because there's going to be more than just the 3 starters now. There's going to be at least 1 starter for every type and then some. So it's going to be over 18 different like starters for everything. Dodon Spars, let's use the 3 segmented form. Doesn't look different, does it? I think not. So, because we used the other Dodon Spars, she has Earthworm and Pomot. Good to see Pomot again. Alright, so that's gonna be the one and the only Nemona. So Florian and Juliana, I think, are supposed to be here, but maybe they didn't name them like that. I tried to look for them and I can't find them. I think they were supposed to be here, like in the front page, or no, there's a page you have to get to before you get to this page for the trainer cards, and that shows you like a sample trainer card for a moment, and it has Juliana, the female player character of Scarlet and Violet, in it, but I don't see it. Maybe they named it. Maybe they named them differently. No. Let's look at them one by one and see if I can find them. Otherwise, I'm gonna use the Ash Ketchum placeholder. Yeah, they have some of the Frontier brains. Thornton is a Frontier brain. Team Star Grunt. I should use that to represent me. Those beautiful star glasses, those star shades. Ah, so good, so good. Yeah, we did this at a very good pace. Like, we're almost finished with the teams, although I'm getting ahead of myself because the teams are Florian and Juliana. I don't have the teams made, unlike the other ones, in the document. So I'm going to kind of do it from scratch. I don't know what Pokemon would be good to represent them. I'm going to try to go for something for them, but I'll get to that in a moment. First, let me see if I can find this, because I really need to concentrate to look at each of them one by one. Otherwise, I'll skip something. Wow, this is interesting. They have them sorted alphabetically, so that's why Rosa and Roxanne are right next to each other. But when you put them next to each other like this, you can see how similar they look because of their hair. Or rather, their hairstyle. How similar it looks. Like, if you give the same cap and put it on top of Roxanne, they would look almost like twins, I think. Professor Sada and Turo are here. Oh, Protagonist. They just named it Protagonist. Alright. I believe Florian is the one that is in Uva. Like, they can look either way, but... Haruto. But yeah, like, the default version is for Uva, so he represents Violet, and Juliana represents Scarlet, right? This is probably how I'm gonna look when I finally play the game. Just the hairstyle is probably gonna be different, and maybe the hat, because I'm gonna have it different. I'm gonna have it be like my own version of it. So Florian is gonna be a lot of my own original input. So what I want to do for these teams, for Florian and Juliana, is to give them, so they're gonna have their starter. It ended up being Fuecoco for Florian. He gets Skeledirge as a result. I gave him the Combat Breed Tauros. So I want to do at least one Pokemon apart from the starter that was introduced in Generation 9. One Pokemon that is a regional form or convergent of a previously introduced Pokemon. And one Pokemon that doesn't come from Gen 9, that is from a previous gen, but is still here in the Pokedex, and it's a great option to have. And then the other Pokemon can be whatever, as long as they're not Paradox, Mythical, Legendary, what have you. What I was also considering looking into was the overused Pokemon in Pokemon Showdown, in Smogon. So I could consult this page, I could take a look at what's OU, and go for one of them. So let me see, for the formats, other Pokemon that are out of the question are previous starters. So Cinderace, for example, it's already there as a starter. One of the original starters of Galar was there on the last stream here and there. So no, we're not going to have Cinderace. Clodsire might be a good option, perhaps Corviknight. Garchomp. Seems to be OU. If it's here, then it can be found in the Pokédex because... yeah, it can be found in the Pokédex, basically. But I think I still want to make sure by checking in the wiki. Dragapult, for example. Like, how do you get Dracloak, Drippy in those games, in Scarlet and Violet? Only in Violet. No, wait. Union Circle. No. This is different. This is like a super specific thing. So it wouldn't really work to have it. Not in my opinion. Other Pokemon with strategies? Well, actually, yeah, we might go well beyond OU for this. Well, he can't have a ghost type. I'm not gonna give him a ghost type here. And I was hoping to have Pokemon that Nemona doesn't have. So Palmot is out of the question for this, I'd say. I think I want to give an Annihilate to Juliana. I don't know, though. I'm gonna give him Garganacl. So let's do this. Let's go for Garganacl here. Introduced in this gen. It's gonna be in one of my own teams. Because I also like making my own teams for this region. One which has the 3 starters and one without the starters. And what I'm gonna do when I create these teams in Showdown is to just play them myself. Like I'm gonna have 2 windows in my 2 monitors. One with the Gym Leader team with a different account. I already have an account called Gym Leader Castle for that. It's gonna be used for that. And my own account that has a team that challenges the Mount Battle, quote unquote. And yeah, I do it like that and see how it goes. If there was an AI that I could use, I would probably just assign the team to the AI and challenge it like that. Would be way more fun. But there isn't one. I've seen some AI for Pokemon Showdown, but they have their own teams already. One of those is the Abyssal Bot. I think there is a way to give it a team and have it try to do its best with it, but it requires like a lot of programming knowledge from what I saw. And I don't think I can pull that one off. So, okay. I want to give it... What should he get next? I think I want to cover the water and the grass types as well. So, I'll tell you what. Let's take a look at the Paldea Pokédex. Right here. Ideally, we also want to avoid like the Pokemon in Arven and Penny's team. Well, we can avoid some of those evolutions there from Penny. If anything, we can represent the other evolutions that Penny didn't have. Yeah, all the evolutions are here. I can see them here in the Pokédex. Or no, wait. Sylveon, Glaceon, Leafeon, Umbreon. Yeah. Espeon, Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, and Eevee itself. So, which ones did she not get? Let me see. She didn't get a Glaceon. We've seen Glaceon somewhere else too. I think just the regular Eevee is the one we haven't seen, and I'm not gonna give it to them. That's the signature of Elaine in Kanto. She represents Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. She's the player character for Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. I think we did see Leafeon, I'm not sure. But... yeah, as I said, these are the teams that are gonna take a bit more time. Let's see. Scizor. Is Scizor here? Scizor is indeed here. Might be a decent option to go for. I see it in Overused a lot. We saw it there in the Smogon Overused thing. Fire Ghost, Fighting, Rock. Yeah, Scizor. If we go for a National Dex version of this, he can have a Mega Scizor, for that matter. And yeah, I think I want to give him a Water and a Grass type, so... It could be Wash Rotom, because why not? Slowbro, Slowking, Gastrodon, Cloyster, I think Arven had that. Cloyster, Luminion... Broxesh, Alomomola, Clauncher, Clowitzer. I see some nice Clowitzers here and there. I'm gonna give him Clowitzer. Seems like a fun Pokemon to have. Why not? Let's give him Clowitzer right there. And then for fire, no, for grass. A grass type to give him. I'm thinking Toadscruel could be a good one, but usually what they do, what I like to do with player characters is to give them fire, water, and grass. To kind of represent the fact that they still have like the 3 starter types, though they only have one of the starters. This came from ideas like with the Kanto teams, because for Red, I went for a version of Red that doesn't have the 3 starters, like what you see in the Adventures manga and in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, in which he has Venusaur. And Blastoise is with Leaf, Charizard is with, or rather green, Charizard is with blue oak. And also when you face your rival, whose default name is Blue, the one we were referring to, in the Kanto games, except Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, he replaces the starters he didn't get with another Pokemon of that type. So if he doesn't get the water starter, he gets a Gyarados eventually. If he doesn't get the fire starter, he gets an Arcanine. If he doesn't get the grass starter, Bulbasaur, he gets Exeggutor. In Pokemon Yellow, there's a slight change. It's Cloyster instead of Gyarados, and it's Ninetales instead of Arcanine, which I find interesting. But yeah. A Bomb of Snow is an option. Could be there, could be good. Wait. Hisuian Electrode. Interesting. So it's right there in the game. I'm gonna give him a Hisuian Electrode because it plays into that thing. It goes into that thing about. Hold on, just writing this down on the document. Into this thing about the Scarlet and Violet games about time traveling to an extent, tampering with time. I think this is going to figure into the DLC, and they're going to introduce the Hisuian Pokemon into these games like that, to make them playable beyond Legends Arceus finally, in this way. Something is gonna happen further with the experiments that Turo and Sada did with the Paradox Pokemon, and those Hisuian Pokemon are gonna become available in the present through that. So I want to give him Hisuian Electrode for that reason. We can use the official artwork, or... I like how it just completely takes that spot like that. That's funny. That's fun to look at, actually. And Clowitzer just looks so small compared to it. This is the first team for Florian. It's subject to change, especially depending on how the Adventures manga develops. I think it's a nice team. No, and also Pokemon Showdown, when they introduced like the Generation 9 Pokemon as playable in it, they also changed it to finally make the Hisuian Pokemon available in regular play. So when you go for the latest modes like Generation 9 Monotype or Generation 9 Random Battle, they go out of their way to include new Pokemon because people want to see the new Pokemon also. Right now, it's not a team only of the newest Pokemon. There's also a few others, but they make it so that there's at least one of the new Pokemon in each team. But they also included Hisuians in that way, like Hisuian Pokemon in that way. All right, let's go for Juliana now. We're getting closer to the end. I forgot that after these two, I still have Professor Turo and Professor Sada. She gets the Scarlet outfit for Naranja Academy. Naranja, by the way, means orange. But that's orange the color, not the fruit. Or wait, actually no, it's both the color and the fruit in Spanish. Yeah, Naranja. I love the naming that they did for Pokemon, for people, for cities, for so many things for this game. Because they did do a lot based on Spain. You know, well, Portuguese and Spanish, I would say, because it's the entire Iberian Peninsula they take a page out of. So it would be both Portugal and Spain, right? Though people mostly focus on Spain. Is it only like Spain or is it the entire Iberian Peninsula? Because again, it includes both Portugal and Spain, and I think there's some other smaller countries in there somewhere. But yeah, she got Sprigatito as her starter, therefore she gets Meowscarada. Okay, let's see a nice regional. Well, I'm gonna give her Clodsire. That represents like a Paldean form in Paldean Wooper. But I think I'm gonna still give her another one like that. Who could it be? Who could it be? Let's see which Pokemon are here. Oh, you know what I remember? I wanted to give somebody Palafin. I'm gonna give her Palafin. One of these two was gonna have it, so she gets like Hero Palafin. Again, it's the ability. It can be either way. Like the other person that got Palafin, which I think was Kofu, the Water type gym leader. If they switch it out, they'll get that Hero Palafin. But it's in terms of the trainer card. We got the regular Palafin in that other one. Now we get the heroic Palafin here. Seigi no Hiroda. I mean, you know, I've really started to prioritize some of the things that I want to like get out of like anime. And this is kind of based also on my love for tokusatsu and my love for things such as Dragon Ball and even Yu-Gi-Oh! Been talking about how I want to become more of that type of character. I already am, really. I've already done this a lot. The character that calls out attacks a lot, that names his abilities, that names his own skills. I use Blizzard in Final Fantasy and I'm like, Blizzard! Something like that, right? I go for Hisatsuwaza, direct to attack in Master Duel. I didn't do it that much yesterday. I was too busy learning the decks I just made. So I wasn't quite there for that, but but yeah. Hey, if we have the Pokemon Showdown match, I think we will have it. Then we can do it for that one. But yeah, there's Palafin. But yeah, like it started to make me consider like the Brave series of anime that kind of tie into the mecha genre a little bit. The Sinful Gear series, which my god, they look so good. My Hero Academia is another one I didn't mention yesterday when I was also talking about this. Palafin reminded me a little bit about that. That's why I wanted to mention it. There's like that one of the main heroes, I think, is like the inspiration for the main character. What is the name? Deku? The one with the green hair? But yeah, Boku no Hero Academia. My Hero Academia, however you want to say it. Like, he is like somebody who mentored him or who inspired him. I don't know the plot. I don't know it yet. And yeah, it's this guy that before he transforms, he looks like this like very scraggy, very like lanky, weak-looking person, I think. But then he transforms and he looks completely different. And I think even the attitude changes. I don't know the full story though. Hopefully I learn it. Might be good to go for My Hero Academia. You know, I still haven't seen the second season of One Punch Man. I think I watched One Punch Man either on the year it came out, like the first season, I mean. I did read a bunch of the manga too, but yeah, like in 2015 when it came out, or just a year after in 2016. I don't remember when it was. Anyway, Palafin, Clodsire. Wanted to... Okay, yeah, let's see what we got over here. Wanted to give her another one that is convergent or a form of a Pokemon altogether. Like a regional form. Well, I already kind of did that in Clodsire, but a convergent evolution. I can't give her... So, how many are there? How many of those are there? Let me see. Let's go back to the... where was the National Dex article? Hold on. I need to open that article again. Because there's no, like, convergent article in Bulbapedia. We have the regional forms, but they're not the same thing. I don't know if convergent is, like, the official name. Right, convergent evolution. The Wiglet and Toadstool lines. But they're not regional forms, they are separate species. It's based on like the real world phenomenon of convergent evolution, which I think is really cool. It's great when Pokemon can take a page from that. Most of the time I feel like it should, honestly. And when you... I read a little bit about convergent evolution there in Wikipedia, and it's pretty much the same thing. Like, it's exactly what you see in Pokemon. For example, 2 succulent plant genera. 2 succulent plants, but each of them has a difference. Yeah, let's say this is a Pokemon. So this is the succulent Pokemon. This is the let's say what types can we make them? Let's say this is grass type, pure grass type, and this is bug grass type maybe. The regional form, let's go. Yeah. There's another example. Dolphins and ichthyosaurs. Makes sense, yeah. I see like a lot of stuff based on... Ah, this goes into skin color variation, right? The thing is, skin color variation... All of these people, and not just skin color, but other things. All of these people, they're all humans, so they're all part of the same species. So, you know, you get the European human, the Asian human, the African human, etc. Just like when you say the Galarian Meowth, the Cantonian Meowth, and the Alolan Meowth. It's the same thing in that way. But yeah, this is something I'd say is different. But they're still all Meowth, right? Wiglet is not a Diglett, and vice versa. But I'm starting to really go outside of Pokemon here now. Yeah, I can't really give her anything else that would represent that. She can have Clodsire. That represents it well enough. So now she should get a Pokemon that was already introduced before. Let's see. I want to give her a Fire type. Let's see what can be a good Fire type. Let me see here in Overused. I do realize Cinderace is here, but it's out of the question for some reasons. I can give her... well, actually, I'm going to give her Armarouge. She's going to have Armarouge. Reason why I didn't give her Cerulege is because she's supposed to represent Scarlet. So I would have liked to give Cerulege to Florian, but he would repeat the Ghost type and the Fire type, the exact same typing, Fire Ghost, because he has that in Skeledirge. That Armarouge is subject to change. But yeah, Iron Moth is out of the question here because it's a Paradox. I could give her a Torkoal. We've seen a Torkoal already though, I think. Who was it that had Torkoal? I think it was one of the teachers. So yeah, let's just go for something else that's already found in the region. Let's see. Not Toxapex, not Scizor. Yeah, Wash Rotom. I might replace that Clowitzer with a Wash Rotom for Florian. Some of these are subject to change. Let me make a note on the document. Yeah. They're subject to change. Oh, yeah, I think I wanted to give her a Hisuian Pokemon. Let me see. I see Arcanine. She already got a Fire type. Oh, yeah, let me write these down on the document. Clodsire. Fantastic Pokemon. So powerful. And so fun to look at, honestly. In many ways. Armarouge. But yeah, King Gambit. Perhaps King Gambit could be good. But no, we were looking for one that wasn't introduced in this gen. But it's in the Pokédex. Oh no, wait, Hisuian. The Hisuian Pokemon first. Before I go for the other one. Hisuian forms. There's Electrode. Oh, Hisuian Typhlosion. Quillfish, Sneasel. I'm guessing Sneasler and like some of those others are there. Perhaps Hisuian Braviary. Psychic Flying. No, but she already got Psychic in Armarouge. Hisuian Gudra though. I'm gonna give her Hisuian Gudra. Steel Dragon type. Let's place it here. It's a good idea, I think. I think this works quite nicely. And finally, yes, something from Overused that wasn't introduced in Gen 9. That doesn't repeat a type she has, ideally. So let's see the options. I see Garchomp. No, but she already got a Dragon type, so no Dragonite either. Doesn't have... It shouldn't be Legendary either. No Azumarill, Amoonguss, no. Breloom, no. She has Meowscarada. Cinderace. And I already gave her a Flying type. Oh, no, wait, no. She could go for Corviknight, but no, she already has the Steel type. I made it difficult for myself here, maybe. But that's alright. It's all good. What should we do here? Volcarona, maybe. Or just, yeah, like, let's just take a look at the Pokédex and what's possible in it. Like, previous evolutionary lines, Jumpluff. Okay, let's see. She has Grass, Dark, Poison, Ground, Water, Fire, Psychic, Steel, and Dragon so far. Just a type she doesn't have. She has Fire, Water, and Grass already, so... Let's see Electric. Something Electric type. If Fire, Water, and Grass are the three musketeers for starter Pokemon, then D'Artagnan is Electric. I always say it like that. Like the unofficial starter. The unofficial type for starters, basically. I don't want to give her a Pawmot because Nemona already had one. I would like to have that distinguished... no, that's not the word. I would have that difference between them. I would like to have that difference between them. Oh yeah, because Nemona got a Gudra, but this is Hisuian Gudra for Juliana. Or should I say Juliana? She could have a Raichu, but nah, I don't think so. Perhaps a Luxio? I mean, Luxray? Okay, Luxray is my first proposal. Let's see other choices, though. Ampharos, Bellibolt. No, not Bellibolt. Could even be Jolteon, but... Probably not. Not Toxtricity, she already has the Poison type. Perhaps Pachirisu or Dedenne? How do you pronounce this name? Dedenne? Dedenne, I think it is. Let me see if the Japanese name is any similar. Dedenne. Okay, it's De. Although, it may still not be the same in English. Dedenne. It feels like King Dedede from Kirby, so I feel like I have to say Dedenne. I don't know. I haven't seen the anime. I mean, probably an English dub of the anime would probably say it somewhere. I don't know. Magnetone, Magnezone. I think I want to give her a Luxray. One of the Rotoms, honestly. We could replace that Cloetzer in Florian's party with the Wash Rotom. And here we give her something else. Frost Rotom, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna give her Luxray. But then I'm also gonna give her... gonna put a comment of an alternative of Frost Rotom. Or Fan Rotom. I'm gonna make it be Frost Rotom, no particular reason why. I mean, apart from the fact that she doesn't have an Ice type. Let her have a Luxray. No specific reason. Only that I wanted a Pokemon that wasn't introduced in this gen. Because it provides a sort of variety. Until the Adventures manga shows what the parties are for them. It would be really interesting if the final parties or so in the Adventures manga have one of these Pokemon in common. Or even like a previous evolutionary stage of them. Like Juliana does end up with a Clodsire. Hell, they might have a different starter, honestly. And if they do, these parties are gonna change. They're gonna be subject to change. Like that. But okay. There's Juliana, and now we're almost finished. It's all downhill from here because Turo and Sada, I think, are straightforward. Turo Hakase. Professor Turo. Well, he has a different name in Japanese, but we can say it like that. He's my professor because Violet is my game of choice between Scarlet and Violet. I mean, it's all Violet. Gotta go for that. Fun future, too. Fun futuristic outfit as well. So this is 100% based on the in-game teams, as I said. So Professor Turo, Futu Hakase. Futu Hakase. Future! Future! Okay, Iron Moth, Bundle, and Hands. Let's see. One of those teams that specifically is nothing but Paradox Pokemon. I feel like I want to have those as well in like if we do the Mount Battle experience, like I will have those for some other characters, but they're still they still shouldn't be like the gym leaders, the player characters, champion, all of them. No, it's out of the question for them. These are meant to be like for very special characters like this, very specific things. But it would be a party of nothing but legendaries, maybe. A party with the 3 Regis in Hoenn. The 3 Regis of Hoenn, that is. Iron Jugulis, Iron Thorns, and Valiant. Last but not least, the Iron Valiant. And that is indeed his team. Feels like he should have gotten the Paradox Donphan as well. Like, he gets the Paradox Donphan, and then Sada gets the other Paradox Donphan. Orimu. Orimu Hakase. But which would I replace, right? No, I gotta stick to the teams that they have originally in the game. So, Professor Turo, Futuro, Professor Sada, Sada, Pasada. That's the reason why their names are like that. Also based on Spanish words. Let's have Sada then. Starting with Slitherwing. Oh yeah, they do both get Iron Moth and Slitherwing, so yeah. We could make it be their signature. I think this would be one of the few trainers who don't get like a signature assigned to them. Usually I try to have a signature Pokemon. I like that concept. I don't know how that would be in terms of gameplay. Maybe it would be like the World Tournament in which you always see the signature Pokemon first. Another thing is that this would be... this would also be what you don't get in Pokemon Stadium and the World Tournament in Black 2 and White 2, in that you can face all 6 Pokemon. Whether you go single or doubles, you don't have to go triples or rotation. In singles and double battles, you still get to use all 6 of your Pokemon against all 6 of their Pokemon. That's the thing about that. What was the name again? Slitherwing. Gosh. Then Screamtail, Brute Bonnet. Interesting names they gave them. Interesting thing they did for the names right there. Brute Bonnet. So which one is the imposter? This one or the other one? Fluttermane. Fun things with Fluttermane. Because I love Ghost Pokemon, and that means that I love Misdreavus. Sandy Shocks. And last but not least, Roaring Moon. What is like the Japanese names for these Pokemon? I'm curious. Habataku Kami. Habataku Kami. Okay. Yeah, because what they did, in English they look so different than the regular names you get in regular Pokemon. Because there's like 2 separate words. That's so different. Usually that's what people do with nicknames, not with like the actual names of Pokemon. I mean, the default names of Pokemon. But Japanese also seem to preserve that. Like, there's nothing that really sets them apart, correct me if I'm wrong, from regular names. Maybe they're more literal words on top of other words or something like that. But there we go. That finishes it right there. And with this, we have done all the teams for this Pokemon League. I believe it's the league in which we did the most. I think, let's see. 33 teams in total. Woohoo! Is this the league with the most teams? Let me take a look very quickly. The last time we're doing this, let's take a look at all the others very quickly. Alola has 26. Galar has 24. Hoenn has 24. Johto has 23. Kalos has 25. Kanto has 22, 23. Well, depends on how you see it because I did 2 teams for red. One of those is like the version of red that has the 3 starters. I said that it's like an alternate universe red. I did one for yellow from the Adventures manga, but I think I'm gonna replace her because I also want to do Chase, Trace, and Elaine from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So somewhere from 23 to 26 or 27. Still not enough, like this is not to reach Paldea. Sinnoh has 25 and Unova has 30. The closest was Unova. I'm surprised that Lola is not there actually. Okay. Yeah, Paldea is the one with the most teams because we went for more characters, although there's some other trainer cards that we're still gonna do in the future. But yeah, we'll get back to the screen in a moment when we finish the stream. But for now, yes, let us go now. Let us go now. So a little reminiscing of what we did last week for Galar, the second to last one. As I delete these and replace them with the new Paldea teams, you'll be seeing a few here and there. You probably are hearing the clicks I'm doing as I'm doing this. All right. Let's add these files now. I've been trying all sorts of filters so that it doesn't pick up the clicks and the keyboard. But anytime I do something so that... anything I do to prevent the keyboard's typing and the clicks from being heard comes at a great cost. Like, it also makes other things happen that I don't want happening, like my voice not being picked up quite the way I wanted to. And believe me, I did so many tests last year, and there's so many I need to do again because I've been wanting to use a pop filter that I have. But when I did use it last week for one stream, I listened to it again and it sounded terrible. Terrible. Like, it's supposed to make it better, but I guess something with all the filters just doesn't work with it, and it actually sounded worse than if I didn't use it. So it needs to have a lot of other changes with the filters and all that. Such a mess, such a mess. It's a pain in the ass to do because it's necessary, I will do it, but such a pain in the ass because you have to record yourself for a little bit, doing this, doing that, blah, 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 just doing all sorts of things like that. Like, no, that's seriously what I do. Like, I go to go for high pitches sometimes. And it sounds funny, I know, but it is necessary to do it like that. And you have to record it, and then you have to listen to the whole thing to test it, compare it to the other one, and see what the differences are. It takes so much time, and it's such a you have to have such attention to detail for it. The biggest problem is the time it takes. This is why it doesn't happen quickly for me. It takes a while for me to do some sound changes, as fundamental as they are. I mean, what I have right now is of a really good quality. Like, if I peak here, so to speak, I peaked at a fantastic place, but I'm always looking to improve things. That's the thing. I think there's still room for improvement to make it even better. Eventually, I will change my mic. The Blue Yeti I have, yeah, I will change that. I had another one. I had used an ATR 2100 for a while, but then it stopped working. But I still have my Blue Yeti, thankfully, and I went back to it. And it's been a while, actually. This was in 2021 when it happened. Around the time I started as a VTuber, actually. So that's an interesting thing. It was a funny coincidence. Dynamic microphones are great, though. I want to go back to another dynamic microphone. I'm not sure if I can get that ATR 2100 repaired, though, or I can buy another one. But do I even want to buy another ATR 2100, though? Because if that one failed me, I got it for, I don't remember how long it was. I think it was in 2019, so it was about 2 years. The Blue Yeti, though, it lasted me like for 5 years now, so I don't know. Anyway, it is time to take a look at the Hall of Fame for Paldea, so to speak. Finally, the last one of these. The final teams for the Pokemon Deluxe, for the Deluxe Paldea League. Based on the Scarlet and Violet games. And maybe more DLC. No, yeah, if when DLC comes out for Scarlet and Violet, some of these teams are probably gonna change. But alright, here we go. The Bug-type Gym Leader. Oh yeah, usually for this I change the music, but let's keep it to lo-fi, what the heck. Because I went for like the Gym Leader music. No, actually, yeah, I take that back. Oh no, never mind. I'm an indecisive mess sometimes. No, yeah, keep the lo-fi, Alright, the Bug-type Gym Leader, Katie. Her signature, low kicks. Come in like that, low kicks. Well, I don't know what the Japanese name for low kicks is, but yeah, her signature low kicks followed by Spidops, Rapska, Terastalized Ursaring, Fortress, and Heracross. A few of these gym leaders will have a Terastalized Pokemon that originally is not of that type, but then boom, gets Terastalized to be that. That's based on just what they have in the original games, but not all of them are gonna have it, even then. Then Dark-type gym leader, also member of Team Star, Giacomo. His signature, King Gambit, Mabostiff. We will preserve Team Star in some way or another in this like hypothetical game or something. Anyway, Mabostiff, Cacturn, Crocodile, Bombardier, and Honchcrow. Then Dragon-type gym leader, Hassel, also teacher at the academies, Naranja Uba. His signature, Baxcalibur, then Cyclizar, Tatsugiri, Noivern, Dragalch, and Flapple. Beautiful Dragon-type party, I would say. Iono, the live streamer, just like me, just like us, just like people like me, just like VTubers, but even live streamers in general, right? How much I love her, I can't wait to face her when I finally play Scarlet and Violet. But yeah, she's also the Electric-type gym leader there for her team. Her signature, Kilowattrel, followed by Bellibolt, Pawmot, Electrode, Luxray, and Terastalized Mismagius. I just realized I gave a Luxray to Juliana, right? So we're seeing a repeat here, but that's okay, Subject to change anyway. I might do, for the final upload of these, I might just do a change to Juliana's team or some other teams like that. Some of them are gonna change from what you saw here in the streams when I finally upload them, but yeah. And yeah, I need to remind myself, I need to set a reminder that I should place them also on the description of the stream, probably. Like on all 9 streams, which by the way, you should be able to see on a playlist together. Because we're gonna be doing more and more live streams, depending on when you're seeing this in VOD form. We may already have a huge archive of live streams by then, so it would be easier to find the Pokemon League building streams that way, right? Ortega, the Fairy-type gym leader, also member of Team Star. His signature, Daxbun, then Klefki, Azumarill, Wigglytuff, Hatterene, and Tinkaton. Iguzo, let's go for the next leader. Eddie, the Fighting-type gym leader. Not the only Monotype expert here for the Fighting type, but she's the one that's the gym leader and a Team Star member. So, her signature, Annihilate, followed by Quaquaval, Pawmot, Toxicroak, Passimian, and Primeape. Yes, she has both Primeape and Annihilate. Isn't that fun? Haha. And then Mela, the Fire-type gym leader and also member of Team Star. Her signature, Armarouche, followed by Cerulege. Maybe both Cerulege and Armarouche are her signature. Then Scovillain, Colossal, Houndoom, and Torkoal. Then Larry, well, he's a double gym leader. The poor man is just so overworked. Dear old Larry. Classic salaryman, working 2 jobs. Oh my god. Well, 1 job in 2 ways. He's a gym leader twice in this case. In the original games, Elite Four and gym leader. And I think the paperwork for the Pokemon League, bless his heart. But this is the Flying-type gym Larry. So Flamigo, Squawkabilly, his signature, or Flamigo is the signature for the flying team. Then Kilowattrel, Bombardier, Tropius, and Altaria. We're gonna see Larry again, but before that, let's go for the Ghost-type gym leader Rhyme. Her signature, Houndstone, followed by Skeledirge, Cerulege, Bramblegast, Goldengo, and a Terastalized Toxtricity. Then Brassius, I hope I'm saying that right. the grass-type gym leader. His signature, Arboliva, followed by Meowscarada, Bramblegast, Toadscruel, Scovillain, and Terrastalize, Sudowoodo. Finally, Sudowoodo gets to say he's an actual tree, in a way. Finally. All those years of hard work paid off for Sudowoodo. Alright, then Rika, the ground type, in this case, gym leader. With an absolute stick up her ass with that damn assessment before the Elite Four. Seriously. Alright, her team. Her signature, Clodsire, followed by Toadscruel, Donphan, Dogtrio, Camerupt, and Whiscash. Then Grusha, the Ice-type gym leader. Her signature, Setitan, followed by Baxcalibur, Frostmoth, Beartig, Weavile, and a Terrastalized Altaria. Those like ironic, there's some Terra types that are kind of ironic. They're good strategically as well. You see that a lot in Pokemon Showdown, which by the way, we should go for after this. Remind me if I forget. Otherwise, well, if you don't see it here in the VOD, it means I forgot and nobody reminded me, which happens a lot. I forget a lot of things. But, you know, when they go for like the type that's super effective against them, there's something fun about that, but also something ironic. But there are some that have like a double weakness against the type. Altaria is one of them. Dragon Flying. All Dragon Flying Dragon types have that against Ice. And to see it become Ice type, there's a nice irony to that. Okay, here we go, back to Larry, bless his heart. He's also the normal type gym leader. So his signature, Oinkolone, or alternatively is Squawkabilly because he shares Squawkabilly between the two teams. So it would make sense to make that his signature in this case, right? But okay, yeah, Oinkolone, Dodonspars, family of 4 Mousehold, Squawkabilly, Grafaier, and Cyclizar is the team that he has in the normal gym. Oh, take a rest, Larry. Take a rest. Take a break, all right? As we continue with the other gym leaders. Atticus, now the Poison-type gym leader. His signature, Revabroom. There's the signature. There's the legacy of Team Star, you might say. But I like to think Team Star is still alive in a different way in this other version of the games. Grafaier, Glimora, Clodsire, Skuntank, and Toxapex are the other Pokemon in the party. Let's go for the next one. Tulip, the Fairy-type gym leader. No, wait, sorry. I keep getting it wrong for her. The Psychic-type gym leader. Her signature, Farigiraf, followed by Espatra, Armarouge, Rapska, Velusa, and a Terrastalized Florges. That Florges is part of the reason why I keep thinking she's a Fairy-type gym leader. Then the Rock-type gym leader, Time. Both Rhyme and Time, the sisters, they're both gym leaders now. Her signature, Garganacl, followed by Stonejourner, followed by Cloth, and 3 variants of Lycanroc, Midday, Dusk, and Midnight. It's a fun party to have, right? Maybe they're subject to change though, especially if I create them in Showdown and there's no way I can do them. There's no anything goes for Gen 9 or something like that, because I haven't seen that option yet for that. So, okay, yeah, I'll replace 2 Lycanrocs with something. It's okay. Then Poppy, the Steel-type gym leader in this case. Her signature, Tinkaton, followed by Corviknight, Magnezone, Earthworm, Copperajah, and Goldengo. Then Kofu, the Water-type gym leader. His signature, Velusa, followed by Wugtrio, Quackavole, Palafin, Dondoso, and Tatsugiri. Then, those are all the gym leaders. There you go. Wait a minute. Did we take a look at Rhyme? I don't recall looking at Rhyme. Did I forget to save her? Oh no, I forgot to save Rhyme. Wait, seriously? Hold on. How can I forget then? How come I saw 18 teams right there? No. Did I not add her to the slideshow here? She should be... No, wait. Oh, there she is. No. My God, I'm reading through so many of them, I kind of miss it. Yeah. Okay. Man, maybe I'm overworked like Larry. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. No, it's okay though. Okay, those are all the 18 gyms. in this deluxe version of the league. The ultimate version, you might say. Well, let's go for other non-gym leader characters. Most of these will have a non-monotype team, starting with Arven. So, his signature, Mabostif, followed by Greedent, Cloyster, Scovillain, Toadscruel, and Garganackle. Yes, I gave a Garganackle to Florian, and Arven has one. Not the end of the world if they repeat one, but yeah, I don't know, man. Garganackle is just such a fun Pokemon. I think he should have one. Then Clavel, the headmaster. So his signature in this case, Oranguru, followed by Abavasnow, Polteageist, Amoonguss, Gyarados, and Houndoom. Then Dendra, the other fighting type expert, but in this case I think she's not a gym leader. Hariyama, her signature, and then the 3 Paldean versions of Tauros. Aqua Breed Tauros, Blaze Breed Tauros, and Combat Breed Tauros. And then Medicham and Holucha. See, similar to what we did with Lycanroc. It would probably trigger the species clause in Pokemon Showdown though. So I would have to be forced to do it differently. Not the end of the world though. And then Florian. Here's Florian. His signature, Skeledirge, followed by Tauros, Combat Breed Tauros, which is Zoe 2. Then Garganackle, Scizor, Clowitzer, and Hisuian Electrode. Then Gita, the sus champion. Her signature, Glimora, followed by Espatra, Gogoat, Velusa, Avalugg, and King Gambit. Then Jack. So we get a lot of the teachers. I think this is this the first of the teachers? No, we had Dendra. She's one of the teachers there too. That's why she appeared there. Hold on, let me realign myself here. Kind of out of alignment here. So for Jack, his signature Farigiraf, just like Tulip. They share that, I guess. Followed by Slowbro, Mudsdale, Swalot, Lurantis, and Arcanine. Juliana. So, she gets as her signature Meowscarada, followed by Clotsire, Palafin, Armarouche, Luxray, and Hisuian Gudra. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Okay, then we have teacher Miriam. Her signature is Toxapex, then Electros, Glalie, Saucebok, Pincurchin, and Hypno. Then, the one and only Nemona. Her signature is Quaquaval, followed by Lycanroc, Gudra, Dodonspars, Earthworm, and Pomot. See, when I say those P's like that, those like plosives, that's why I really want to get the pop filter back. Sorry if that sounded terrible to your ears there for a moment. Alright, then speaking of plosives, then we have Penny. Her evolution, her Eevee-based team right there is her signature Sylveon, followed by Umbreon, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon, and Leafeon. I think I haven't seen anybody with an Espeon yet. I might give somebody an Espeon just to have everything represented, because we did see Glaceon earlier, right? I think Espeon and Glaceon are the 2 evolutions not here out of the 8. Well, not counting Eevee itself. Alright then, Professor Sada. Her Paradox Pokemon party. There's no signatures for her, so Slitherwing, Screamtail, Brute Bonnet, Fluttermane, Sandy Shocks, and Roaring Moon. And then Professor Turo. His Paradox Pokemon party, all from the future, supposedly. Iron Moth, Iron Bundle, Iron Hands, Iron Jugulis, Iron Thorns, Iron Valiant. Iron Jogulus, like jugular, right? Am I pronouncing it right? Sorry if I'm not. Let me know in the chat or in the comments if I'm saying it wrong. Alright, back to the teachers though. A different kind of professor now, right? Other types of professors now. Rayfort, or Ryfort, however you say that. His signature Gengar, followed by Scizor, Lumineon, Grumpig, Seviper, and Sorork. Yeah, I gave a Scizor to Florian as well, so... it's okay, whatever. Then Saguaro, another teacher. his signature Hatterene, followed by Gudra, Vespiquen, Alomomola, Frostlass, and Pachirisu. Then Salvatore, another teacher, his signature Raichu, followed by Gothitelle, Glaceon, Palossand, Persian, and Honchkrow. And that are all the teams for the Paldea League, which means we have done all the teams for every single league. Although, when I finally upload the gallery, there will be some that I didn't make here. For example, the protagonists and rival from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, Chase, Elaine, and Trace. I'm going to do trainer cards for them as well, and will be uploaded. Hopefully I have a picture for them here, otherwise we'll go for the placeholder. I might end up doing different trainer cards from Canva. But, well, it would be nice to have them be similar to what you see on the stream here, right? The final parties and all that. Yeah, I'll probably just use the Poké Charms. Yeah, eventually I will do other types of like trainer cards, but honestly, I'm better off doing other things with my time. I have so many other things I should do. But yeah, well, this means that we are reaching the conclusion of this 9-stream series. You know, 9 weeks, over 9 weeks though. This is what it took, because some weeks we didn't have this kind of stream. So it's been about 2 or 3 months approximately of doing this. Yeah, it always ends up being over 2 months. Like, even if I had done all weeks in a row, it would have been 9 weeks, which is more than 2 months. We can round it up to being like a 3-month affair. Wow, that makes it sound so long. Like, such a long time project. It's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. So I'm very glad we got it through. Maybe one day I'll also make these in video form. I don't know, though. I'll have to do them in a certain way to make them fun to watch. Obviously, they would be very edited. We're not talking about a 3-hour stream. It's not gonna be a 3-hour video like what you're seeing right here. We're reaching the 3-hour mark as I'm saying this. My God. No. Let's not do that. No, that would be much shorter. I will try to keep them as short as possible. I mean, there's a lot of teams that I have to be showing off on the stream, on the video. I don't know. Still considering some of the new content we're gonna be doing for the rest of this year. I mean, January is already ending, so that's 1 out of 12 months. There's 11 months left in the year. Need to get cracking. I mean, I am working on things. Some of these you'll see very soon. Some of those not so soon. But I'm hoping to do even more than what I'm already doing. Yes, that brings me to the future plans. First, let's go for the immediate future. Tomorrow we have Final Fantasy Friday on Twitch at the same starting time as these streams. Hopefully next week we go back to like about 5 streams for the week, and about, let's say, an earlier start time, especially for Final Fantasy Friday if we want to do like a lot of things in it. Tomorrow we're going to be focusing on the Defenders of Eorzea content for it, and we're going to try to do the same thing we did last week. It ended up being about 5 hours of the stream. It's doable even if I start that late. Obviously I would rather do it if I start by starting it earlier. But let's give it a try. If it goes a certain way, yeah, I think there's a duty in there somewhere, like the Leviathan duty. That means it's an 8-person party, a complete superstar squad right there, you might say. Hey, I say complete not just because it's called a full party in FF14, but because we get all the Infinity Stars. All 8 shining stars as you see right here. The purple, the red, lime, teal, orange, pink, yellow, and blue stars. Or maybe instead of teal, it's more of a turquoise, light blue, whatever you want to call it. There you go. There you go. But yeah. Thank you for watching. Whether you watched this in video form or you watched it live, thank you so much for being here, especially if you were here from beginning to end. I know it's a lot of hours, 3 hours, just watching me build teams. It's fun to do so, but I can understand if it's a lot of time. Or even if you had me like in the background listening to me. Hey, I hope I'm good enough to listen to as well. I know I can stumble upon my words sometimes. I talk so fast sometimes and I overdo it. I need to work on that too. But, I mean, it's both a good and a bad thing, the way I talk. Both good and bad, if that makes any bloody sense. But yeah, for future plans, yeah. What was I gonna talk about? I still want to do a subathon on February 11 because it's the stream anniversary. Yet another year of a stream anniversary. Last year we had a subathon for that as well. So I probably should do the announcement on Saturday or Sunday because we are 2 weeks away. Just the announcement and then the incentives will be announced maybe a week later. So I can have time to do it, and it can also serve as another reminder a week from it. And yeah, I'll probably... Yeah, we won't have the Japanese learning stream for that Saturday. I'm hoping to have it next Saturday, though. Yeah. Because we're not going to be able to have it this Saturday. Because of the things that are going on, the construction work, it complicates my schedule. So I can't really do it. I gotta work on the short cover that I want to upload by around Monday. I want it to be uploaded on Monday because, as I said, it's a song that comes from a series. And the anniversary of that series is on January 30. I might upload it on Sunday, so that is January 30 in Japan. Well, Sunday for me, so time zones, all of that. January 30 for Japan or January 30 outside of Japan. So it's either Sunday or Monday, depending on how you see it. Depends on your time zone. But around those times is when I want to release it, so I really want to work on it. But, you know, tomorrow I may not have much time, so I would be working on it on Saturday. Yeah, I might even be able to finish it on Saturday itself, and it can be uploaded like, I don't know, let's say in the evening in American time zones for Monday. Sorry, for Sunday, and then for Japanese time is Monday already or so. Something like that. Probably early morning or afternoon on Monday. So that's one of the things we will see. That and the subathon, hopefully, are for the little bit more distant, but also kind of still immediate future. Further than that, I can't tell you. I can tell you I'm cooking some things. Oh, yes. Can you smell what the multi-dimensional rock is cooking? I had to do that joke. Yeah. Hey, I'm a pro wrestling fan. I'm supposed to be a pro wrestling fan. I haven't been keeping up with it that much lately, but yeah, like I still love pro wrestling a lot. One of these days I need to stream pro wrestling. Something pro wrestling related. Maybe Fire Pro Wrestling World. Or if I get one of the WWE games, we could have a lot of fun with that, potentially. Oh, and maybe when AEW releases their game, I could go for that one. But well, with that, we can end the stream right here, and thus concludes the Pokemon League building series. I still have some work to do related to it off the stream. Some you may see on the stream. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I forgot. The stream is not over. Hold on. No, hold your horses. Let's have one battle. One battle in Pokemon Showdown. A nice monotype battle for Gen 9. And I go for monotype because we mostly did those gym leader teams. Depending on how long they take, I could do like one random battle and one monotype battle right here. That could be fun, honestly. That could be fun. Give me a second. Let me log in very quickly. Because they haven't introduced double, like random double battles for Scarlet and Violet. You only get that for Gen 8. But no, we must stick to Gen 9. So, yeah, how about it? How about it? Let's do it. Whoops. Didn't mean to do this. Just wanted to make sure the music is at a certain volume. Alright. Yosh. Tatakai no toki da. Ikuzo. Will we win this battle? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see how we do. So I have Bug type, okay, Arceus, Insect Blade, Heracross, Choice, Scarf, Spidops, Heavy Duty Boots, Vespiquen, Heavy Duty Boots, Scyther, Heavy Duty Boots, Volcarona, Heavy Duty Boots. Not gonna look at all their moves and all that, it's gonna take too much time probably. I see this is Fairy Fighting type. Let's try a Calm Mind. That was a good idea because they're switching out their Pokemon. Calm minding my own business. But now it's time for... Let's see... Yeah, I gotta do Fire Blast because fighting resists bug, so that's the best I could do. That's the best I could do. Poison Jab, thankfully it didn't poison. Let's try Judgment. Let's see if it does enough damage. Okay, I'm glad it did that. I have an innate disadvantage because fighting resists bug, but at least fighting is not super effective against bug, so there's that. Ah, but flying is super effective, so Flamigo might have something super effective against Arceus there. There's the Brave Bird that receives some recoil from that. 27% HP recoil. That's quite a lot. 197 speed. We want to go for somebody who's faster. I think Scyther is a good idea because the ironic thing about flying fighting types or fighting flying types, Holucha is another one I can think of, is that they also get flying be super effective against it because fighting is weak to flying, but that doesn't mean flying resists flying, so it still becomes super effective like that. Super effective. So there we go. Scyther is faster, so it works out. Let's see if we can squeeze in a Sword Stance, maybe. Koraidon fighting Dragon. So, what to do with Koraidon? Can we try a Sword Stance, or should we do... Let's try Sword Stancing. Okay, went for Flare Blitz. Flare Blitz. What should we go for? I see Spidops is a utility Pokemon. We could try maybe setting up a Sticky Web or something. Let's try to set up the Sticky Web. Koraidon is going to be faster. So it might kill my Spidops with... Oh, I wasn't expecting Outrage. Okay. Too bad I don't have any Fairy types. Now would be the perfect time to switch to one. But okay. Yeah. Just set up the Sticky Web. Did more than... No more than that. Maybe I should have tried to use Memento. But okay. Who has the best defense? Bespiquen. They'll probably continue doing that Outrage. Does Steel resist Dragon? I have a chart here that I'm consulting off screen, by the way. Yeah. Steel resists Dragon. Yeah. I'm going to try doing that then. Let's go for the Air Slash. Resist it very nicely. Now Koraidon. I was going to say Koraidon is confused, but not anymore. And there's the Air Slash, brings down Koraidon quite nicely. Super effective against fighting. So it will be super effective against every single one of them, maybe. Though they still have yet to terastalize one of their Pokemon. This was a good Terra, I think. This was good terastalizing on Bespiquen. Steel type like this. Let's see what you got, Slitherwing. I mean, they're probably gonna terastalize because Air Slash is ultra effective. Double weakness to flying from Bug and fighting with Slitherwing. Ah, but that's the other caveat to that move. Ah, the lower accuracy just killed me. Ugh. Oh, that hurts. Okay. Do we have anything? Well, something fire type from Volcarona would be super effective. What should I do here, though? Perhaps a Stone Edge? No, it's gonna be neutral. Well, okay, Volcarona versus Slitherwing. There's something very fitting about that. Let's try a Fire Blast. It loses the fire typing, so... Fire Blast has the risk of having lower than 100% accuracy, though. There's this running joke I've seen about accuracy in Pokemon moves, in which if you have 90% accuracy, that means it's gonna hit 50% of the time. If you have 80%, it's going to hit 40% of the time. If you have like 70%, it's gonna hit like I don't know, 30% of the time, and it gets lower and lower. That's what it actually means. That's what the numbers actually mean. Okay, should we try Giga Drain or Quiver Dance? The thing is, I gotta try Quiver Dancing. Maybe not the best idea, but... Okay. I can resist it well, thanks to the increase in special defense. Let's try a Bug Buzz. Okay. Oh, I forgot Fairy resisted Bug. Okay. Let's go for a Giga Drain then. I wanted to go for the same type attack bonus. Giga Drain! Boom. recovering my HP. I've started to really appreciate grass types like in a Pokemon playthrough because they're very self-sustainable with their absorption moves. They're not the only ones to have it, but the Absorb, Mega Drain, Giga Drain line is like the most notable one. Okay, Psychic Fighting. Hold on, Bug. Oh yeah, Fighting. Okay, yeah, both Fighting and Fairy resist that. Psychic. Psychic does not, so this would be neutral. Let's try Bug Buzz. Okay, 58% damage. Went for the Swords Dance. Okay, let's try another Bug Buzz. Bug Buzz, come on! Todome da! Haha! And that is the end of that match. Let me download it. Victory! That's what I'm talking about. Let's have another one though. Let's see if we have a 2-0 record or just a nice even 1-1 record. If I lose this Gen 9 random battle, okay? Sa, battle, ikuzo. Let's see what we get. This is not gonna be monotype. That was great. That was great. I even had one Pokemon to spare in Heracross. I got Komala, they got Flamigo, Komala, Assault Vest, Reggie, Drago, or Drago, Life Orb, Kyogre, Leftovers, Chinpao, Choice Band, Koraidon, Lomberry, Typhlosion, Choice Scarf. Okay. Mostly I just look at the Pokemon and their items. Sometimes I look at the abilities, but usually it takes me too much time to do that. What should we try here? I'm gonna try U-turn. That Sword Stance is gonna be dangerous. I need somebody who's faster. Or that has something super effective, maybe Typhlosion. Koraidon. I see Chinpao is faster. We can go for an Ice type move that is super effective against Flamigo's Flying type. Ice Shard is gonna go first, but let's try Ice Spinner. Ah, they terastallized. Very nice. Still some nice damage though. Close combat is gonna be super effective though. I was banking everything on that first shot. Let's see if anybody has an attack that's faster, like a Sucker Punch or Ice Shard as well. Nobody else has one, so we have to go for somebody who's faster. Right off the bat. Koraidon is faster. I don't know if there's anything else that might be making Flamigo faster though. And I wouldn't even be able to know this like if I were playing like an actual Pokemon game, a main Pokemon game. This is something they tell you here in Showdown. But you wouldn't know outside of it. Collision Course. Let's try that. Koraidon on a Collision Course. All the way from the past. Kako no Pokemon. Koraidon. Went for Camerupt. Let's see. I'm gonna try to... Oh, they quit. Okay. Okay, well, let's try another one. I'm not gonna count that as a battle. I wanna have a full battle or a full-ish battle. If I were keeping a record of the battles we did, like I did for Yu-Gi-Oh! Yesterday, I wouldn't count that. Sneasler, Choice Band, Girafarig, Eviolite, Inteleon, Choice Specs, Breloom, Choice Band, Espatra, Leftovers, Pinkerchin, Shuka Berry. Okay, couple of choice items here. Quite a few. I see Armor Rouge right here. We could try Night Slash, see how that goes. Armor Rouge is gonna have super effective damage against me. So, let me see what is the best choice. Let's try Girafarig. Because, yeah, they've got to go for a Psychic type move against the Poison type of Sneasler. Let's try Nasty Plot. I don't think they have anything super effective, but... Oh, they went for Psyshock again. They might be choiced. They might have a choice item as well. Let's try Shadow Ball. I can use Shadow Ball. They can use it against me, though. Ghost is normally super effective against Psychic, but Normal is immune to it, and Girafarig is also normal. As is Farigiraf, the evolution. Really interesting that Girafarig is still like part of the rotation on like these random battles when Farigiraf exists. But now we get to have Girafarig with the Eviolite, so there's that. Who goes first? They're gonna go first, but I gotta try using Dazzling Gleam. Oh, they went for... Okay. I forgot about Protean as well. So because of the Toxic Spikes and because of Protean... Okay. I can just bring his Sneasler and that's gonna remove the Toxic Spikes immediately. Flower Trick, that makes them be switched to No, didn't switch them to grass type. Sap Sipper though! Beautiful use of the ability. My attack was increased instead of receiving damage. That worked out so well. Let's try a Dazzling Gleam against the dark type of Tyranitar. Super effective, not as much damage as I hoped it would be. Wow, okay. But the Sandstorm finishes the job right there. Oh my gosh. It's a fun battle already. Yeah, I need to remove those Toxic Spikes, so I gotta bring a Sneasler. Tyranitar probably has a ground type move there, so it would be super effective against Sneasler. Let's try, however, Close Combat. Ultra effective against Tyranitar. Double super effective, however you want to say it. Insta-kill for sure. Insta-kill. Yeah, because Sneasler is also has a double weakness of its own against the Psychic type. Because of fighting and poison. We got to switch out. We've got to switch out. What are they gonna do, I wonder? What can I do with Inteleon? No, Inteleon is not a good idea. Let's try Pinkerchin. For the electric typing, they went for Ice Beam. Very nice. Good idea. I'm gonna try setting some Toxic Spikes of my own. I get the feeling they're gonna switch out. It's the best choice. I mean, Pelipper has quadruple weakness. As I was saying, those double weaknesses, right? Double weakness against electric. Well, they terastalize to kind of mitigate that. Let's try to do a discharge. Yeah, Pelipper is faster. I set up one Toxic Spike. Gonna poison them, but not badly poison them. Hopefully it helps to do that. What should I do here? I think Espatra is the best choice I have. Let's try a substitute and see how that goes. Nice to see Espatra got an animated sprite now. Some animated sprites. They still gotta implement animated sprites for many of those new Pokemon. Both from Gen 9 and even some of the Hisuian Pokemon from Legends Arceus, I think, need new sprites here for now. But now I have the speed boost. I have a guaranteed first shot against Pelipper. I think we've got to try Dazzling Gleam. Oh man, yeah, I figured there wasn't going to be enough damage. I just can't do enough damage here. Let's try another substitute. If I keep getting the speed increase from speed boost, I might be able to get something really, really great with stored power. Can I still do substitute? No! No! I took a risk. I'm not sure what amount of HP is necessary. Damn it! That was so close. Okay, Breloom is not a good idea. I can try Dark Pulse with Inteleon maybe, but... Are they choiced by any chance? Like, are they only using that Ice Beam because they're choiced, or... Because depending on the reason, if they have a flying move, they're gonna kill my Sneasler here, but... I've got to give it a try and try a Poison-type Dire Claw. Not gonna Terastalize yet. Gonna be a little bit stingy with that. Still went for the Ice Beam. They might be choiced, for all I know. Oh, but man, that risk I took with the substitute. I don't know what the amount or the percentage of HP is that you need for that. So that Volcarona probably has heavy-duty boots. That's why it wasn't affected by that. Might not be very effective. I don't remember how Poison fares against Bug. No. I just checked my chart. It's not resisted. So let's do that. If it has a chance to poison, is a great idea. Always. I guess I maybe wasted a turn using those Toxic Spikes. They went for Quiver Dance, which is bad news. Okay. Giga Drain. Definitely not a good idea against Sneasler. Now I'm glad I didn't Terastalize for the fighting type. Flamigo might have something super effective against Sneasler, but Sneasler goes first with that Dire Claw. Poisoning Flamigo, my victory is almost guaranteed. Yes. Yes. What should we go for? We should go for Inteleon, for an Ice Beam. Are we gonna win this duel though? Ice Beam! Or wait, hold on. Let's see. Ice Beam! Ore no kachi da! Haha, I'm gonna download this too. Yosh! Kachi desu! Victory! VICTORY 3, 2, 1, Zeno never gave up. Oh yeah! Thank you, Jam Project, for that song. I'm so happy with the way that turned out. I'm so happy with the way that turned out. Shall we return to the portal? Well, 2 battles, 1 monotype and 1 just random monotype and random battle representing Generation 9, and we won both of them. No, yeah, I want to have a Pokemon Showdown stream. How many people stream Pokemon Showdown? I'm curious about that. And if I have it, I'm gonna have it here on YouTube, because there's not really a category you can use for that on Twitch. I'm kind of curious, actually. I'm gonna search Pokemon Showdown and search for live streams here on YouTube. Huh, Pokemon Showdown the movie, what is that? 1.1 million views, that looks interesting. Yes, there's quite a few people streaming it, and it looks like they're all VTubers. No, wait, well, I see like some gaming radios. I got a couple of gaming radio results. And I think one of them is like a card shop for Pokemon. But there's not a lot of live streams for Pokemon Showdown, but I see that. I see that. Looks interesting. Anyway, if I could rate, I would rate one of those people. If I could rate here on YouTube. You can rate, but there's more restrictions on that than how you can do it on Twitch. Otherwise, I would probably rate one of those VTubers streaming Showdown right now. Looks like a lot of fun, honestly. But yeah, I would love to do that Gym Leader Castle experience with Pokemon Showdown, maybe. That could be fun. But alright, now for real. Now it is for real, the end of the stream. I'm glad we ended it with some nice victories right there. May there be more victories with the gym leaders, with the champions, with all those teams we created. My god, we created like over hundreds of teams maybe in total for all the regions of the mainline games. Not including something like Ore. It's more about like the new Pokemon that get introduced with each region, or the generation that introduces that region. So that's why I'm doing it like this. But whether you join me for 1 minute of one of these streams, or for all the minute of every single one of these streams, thank you for watching. I mean, you could be watching them in video form as well. They should be all here in that playlist. And look out for the upload of those files. I'll do that as soon as I can. For the gallery of all the trainer cards we created. But thank you so much, Maniacs, Superstars, Tajigen Travelers. It's been a lot of fun. お疲れ様です。